Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the spree. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Palatown to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've caught 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region, I've conquered the game. Hefty is the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. I conquered the game. Hefty's the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
What is going on? Happy Saturday, everybody. What's going on, Mighty Munchkin? What's going on, Dragonic? That's the real deal. No tricks. Those are for kids. That's right. Welcome on in. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Hope you had a great week. Today we are going to be looking for my friend Malamar. I don't know why. I just thought it would be a nice idea to, see if we can hunt for a shiny Malamar today. No reason, no particular reason whatsoever. I just thought Malamar would be a good Pokemon to hunt for. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's see if we can get a shiny Malamar in Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield. And while I'm doing that, why don't you guys tell me how your week was? What happened? What made it awesome? What made it not awesome? Let me know. No shiny on the first check. What even the heck is that? No shiny on the second. I hope you're all doing well. If you're part of the Discord, you might have seen it yesterday. I am still like super excited. I opened up a pack of TCG Pocket last night, and the first card in the pack was the freaking shiny Mew. Looking for a Malamar. I don't know if it'll get a Mega. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll get a Mega either. I mean, I don't know. I just think that, my friend Malamar here is an amazing Pokemon, and it deserves to have a moment to shine. So we're gonna look for it. Last night you got your 98th Shalfa. What'd you get? You're gonna hunt for it in Scarlet and Violet. Sounds good, Mighty Munchkin. Yeah, check out this beauty of a card. Look at this. I couldn't believe it. That's probably all the luck I will have for the rest of the year. Magikarp, nice. Very fancy. I don't think I've ever been as lucky as I was last night. Isn't it too early to stream? It's never too early to stream. I don't know. I thought I'd start early today. See what happens. We'll go later, too. I'd still like to go until some point between like 11 and 12 Eastern time. So this might end up being like a 4.5 hour stream. Who knows? Not me. I'm not in charge of such things. But that just means that you're part of the early crowd and you get extra bonus perks. Shiny Tinglu, I did. I did yesterday. I totally forgot about it on Thursday, but yesterday when I got home from work, I got it. Looking at the shinies side by side, yeah, it actually is a terrible shiny. Like it was worse than I thought it was actually. I mean that's just my opinion. I'm sure there's someone out there that thinks that Shiny Tinglu is like the best shiny that was ever made. Blah blah blah, but not me. That's not me. I saw we got 3.5 million raids on the Tinglu, which was actually higher than I thought it would be. But my good friend HDV was spot on. I asked him last week how many raids he thought it would end up being. He said 3.4. Yeah, Shiny Chiyu is very exciting. I am happy about that. Looking forward to that. And then I think there's a non-zero chance that after Chiyu, that they might announce something with Koraidon and Miraidon. I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying they may. Or whether it'll be raids like the ruins, or whether it'll be like the GameStop codes or whatever. But I think it's about that time in Gen 9's shelf life that they do give us the giveaway legendary shinies. I think we're getting close to that point. It would not surprise me if it happens before the end of the year. Or I guess there is a possibility they'll like announce that at on Pokemon. But I mean, I do see it in the relatively near future. I have yet to do a Chi-Yu raid though. I haven't taken the time to build a Pokemon. Mia, good morning to you, and Slowpoke, good morning. Game music sounds louder than I am. I thought so too. Drop it down. You know why? You know why, Amber? Because the last game we played was Violet, and that game music is a lot softer. I think if it's going to be a raid Dragonic, I think they'll probably be 7-star raids. That's my guess. That's much better. Yeah, thank you for the reminder, Amber. I don't know why, but just overall, the game audio on Sword and Shield is a lot louder than the game audio on Scarlet and Violet, even though my audio settings are the exact same for both games. I don't know why. I'm not in charge of such things. I've found out in my life I'm in charge of very little. Mia, just theorizing, like after the ruins raids are done, it would not surprise me that at some point in the relatively near future, next 6 months or something like that, that they announce the Miraidon and Koraidon, whether that's raids, in which case they would probably be 7 stars, or like GameStop giveaways. But I think we're getting at that point in the shelf life of Gen 9 that the box art legendaries will be coming out shiny relatively soon. Is Malamar new Mega? I don't know, Cheese. I don't know if Malamar's getting a Mega. I just think that Malamar is amazing. He's my friend. And I think we should give him a day to shine. Cito, what's going on? Good to see you. What's GameStop? Don't pretend like you don't know what GameStop is. You're silly. That'd be like if I said, what's Krispy Kreme? You literally don't have one near you. That doesn't mean you don't know what it is. You accidentally got the shiny when you're in the wild one day. It bumped into you. Lucky. Even though the dex entry for Malamar is not friendly, he's just misunderstood. Sword and Shield music when Dynamax. Yeah, that's some good music. I really like the gym music. I like the crowd. I like the crowd going wild. No way is, but you hope they don't distribute it that way because you can't. I'm sure you could get a hold of the cards. I've seen the episodes with Malamar. I have not. I haven't really watched much Pokemon at all since 2001. Jesus, orientation today. Well, don't. No, that's a bad joke. I'm not even gonna go there. I hope it goes well, Cheese. I hope it goes well. I hope the orientation is good. Be extremely tough. Nah, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. All you gotta do is just ask somebody that lives near GameStop, hey, can you grab an extra card and give me the code? Mewtwo, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, no, I get that, Mia, but that wouldn't stop you from saying to somebody, hey, when you go, can you grab an extra card and give me the code? You've been using Hisuian Samurai? What's the setup? What moves does it have? Dorian works by one, had gotten to know them. They helped us snag our Switch, put it aside to us. Nice. Yeah, I mean, there's like literally tons of people that you could ask. And it's not like you have to physically be there. You just have to get the code off of the code card. Is there a chance they hype up Malamar and not give it a Mega in the end? I think that'd be hilarious. I think that'd be the funniest thing ever. If, like, that video they put out was just, like, Malamar propaganda and had nothing to do with anything else. Nice, Cheese. Good job. Focus Energy, a Swords Dance, a Rain Dance, an Aqua Cutter. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I would prefer, I mean, I would really prefer to be able to hunt it, but, you know, since that's out of the question, yeah, I'd prefer online too. I'm just saying, you know, the GameStop thing is not out of the realm of possibility. They did that with, Zacian, Zamazenta, and Eternatus. Not been a confirmation on the Mega. No, they just had that really weird video that came out on Thursday, and then I think it was Anne Marie yesterday. I don't quote me on this, but I want to say it was Anne Marie. I said that there was a confirmation there's going to be a follow-up video next week, or I should say this upcoming week. But I mean, honestly, I mean, I could totally be wrong. There could be something very obvious that I'm missing. But I can't imagine why they would do the Malamar video without it being a Mega. I mean, what else are you going to do with Malamar? On Wednesday, thank you, Dragonic. Got a Malamar sitting cutie. You may get a Malamar sitting cutie. I kind of want one too. I mean, they showed off like 4 billion Malamar cuties in that. I don't know if they were seeing cuties, but they were definitely plushes. That dude Saxy like had all the plush. It looked kind of nice. Do I think all the Pokemon get a Mega? Oh, no, 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 no. I don't think all the Pokemon will. That'd be wild. That would be wild. Maybe a different variant. You know, it could be a regional form. That's fair. I didn't think about that. Some sort of regional or variant form. I thought I felt so smart for like half a second before they announced the Mega Victory Bell. And they, like before the video came out, and they just had that one screen grab they put on the Twitter. And everyone was like saying like, you know, what Mega is it going to be? And a lot of people did say Mega Victory Bell. I was like, who says it's a Mega? Maybe it's a new Pokemon. Because I haven't heard anything about new Pokemon. And I would legitimately. I tried to say legitimately and genuinely at the same time. I would genuinely be a little bit let down if there weren't a handful of new Pokemon in this game. I don't need a lot. I don't need like a full dex, but you know, give me like 5 or 6. I mean, look at Legends Arceus. You know, we got Weirdeer, we got Cleavor, we got Basculegion, we got Sneasler, we got Overquill, we got Enamorus. Just, you know, a handful. Give us a handful of new Pokemon. Gen 6 is all about Mega. That's your theory. Zerosic will use a Mega Malamar. Which one's Zerosic? I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I am terrible at remembering people's names. I'm very good at remembering Pokemon's names. I am terrible at remembering people's names. I know the gym leaders of Gen 1. The press the red button guy in Team Flare. Oh, is that like, depending on which game you have, it's like Xerneas or Yveltal like in a tube or something? And you have to, okay, yeah, and you have to press the button, but like, I always get confused. Is it, I always press the wrong button, or it doesn't matter which button I press? Yeah, okay, I have vague memories of that. You would love the entire Ditto plush line? That'd be pretty sweet. I have one Ditto plush. And I think it's one of the best, in my humble opinion. I had to get the Ditto Umbreon. I love that derpy face with such an awesome design. It's always the wrong button. Okay, gotcha. I can't remember any Evil Team admins other than like Gen 1 through 3 and then Gen 9. I remember the big bosses for most of them. Like the big bosses. I know that the Gen 4 admins were named after planets. I remember that. There's like Saturn and Jupiter and Mars. And Earth. And Naboo. Admin Naboo was pretty silly. Sailor Mercury, yes. Naboo's your favorite? Junk Planet admin. I can't think of any. This is embarrassing. I can't think of any planet names outside of like fictional planet names outside of Star Wars. I can't think of a single other like fictional universe planet names. Loops, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, I had to think there for a minute. Is there a galactic admin Ariana? Then it clicked. Nice. Krypton. Okay, yeah, Krypton's one. That's a good shout. Were there any planet names in the Aliens franchise? Playing some Crisis 3. Nice. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Hoping to find my friend Malamar shiny version today. Earth. Well, other than Earth Mia, my goodness. Yeah, I'm looking for fictional planets. Fictional planets other than Star Wars universe. I'm blanking. I have to handstand hunt it upside down for the Malamar to shine. You know what? That's not a bad idea, Mewtwo. You're pretty smart. When you're smart, you're smart. We're even... We're even at B. Not yet. Why can't I see it? There it is. There we go. Nope, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Now we'll hunt for it. I've been a while since you watched Alien. I just watched it a couple months ago, actually. Yeah, but Tatooine is Star Wars. Vulcan, okay, Vulcan's a good one. Not shiny. Vulcan is a good shout. And then isn't like is it Romulus or Romulan? Where do the Romulans come from? Romulus, Romulan, Romulan, Klingon, Klingolia, Romulus. Romulan is noodles. I thought that was romaine. No, that's ramen. I'm in the upside down. I sure am. Kosos or something? You just made that up, Shees. Now you're just making things up. Romaine's a type of lettuce. Quiznos? Klingons come from Quiznos? I miss Quiznos. They toasted their sandwiches back when that was like a novelty. That's wild. There was a period of time where toasting a sub was like a new thing. Blimpie. I've never had Blimpies. I've never been to a Blimpies. Amber, what's the name of that place that I always want to go to when I visit you guys? I know that's a chain. I don't know if that's a regional chain or not. Chow mein. Chow mein is noodles. Yep. Chinese noodles. Mr. Hero, and they're only in Ohio. Okay, but I mean, it's a franchise, but just an Ohio franchise. Exactly, Slowpoke. Exactly. Are you catching it? I'm going to catch the shiny Dylan. How you doing, Dylan? Welcome on in. Good to see you. Yeah, Mr. Hero makes good sandwiches. If we do happen to get this today, then I think we're going to go back to Violet. And since I didn't collect any eggs, I guess we're going to start working on the white stripe basculin. I need to get 2 white stripe basculins, and at least one of them has to be female. Going great. Hope you catch it. Well, thank you so much, Dylan. I like your attitude. You seem like a happy person. I'm Batman. Don't let my secret out. You got the immersive Stewie-kun. Congratulations, Slowpoke. Slowpoke, did you see what I got last night? You've never seen me and Batman in the same room. That's true. I can't argue that. Slowpoke, I got this last night. Oh, hold on. Beautiful card. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. And it was the first card in the pack, too. Not only was I stunned to gain such a beautiful card, for a second I was like, oh my gosh, I just get another God pack? But I didn't. All the rest of the cards were doo-doo butt. I did. I posted it. Well, I mean, I did as an announcement. I guess it was it? I don't even know what the names of my channels are. Well, announcements, technically. Technically, I didn't break my own rules. Although I do have a history of breaking my own rules. You got the Shiny Infernape EX, congratulations. When the first card is a hit, you got to scream God Pack, right? What's my favorite Pokemon game? Fantastic question, Dylan. I love all Pokemon games. but if I had to pick a favorite, it would be Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But I enjoy them all. What about you? What's your favorite? Yes, cheese. It was Poo Butt. Pearl, that's a good choice. Yeah, Gen 4 is pretty awesome. Or Butt Poo. That could be it as well. Either way works. Regardless, the rest of the cards in the pack were not good. We will be opening up 3 packs later on today. It would have been 4, but I totally forgot that I opened packs on stream, and I opened a pack when I woke up this morning. I did get the Slugma that I was looking for. Not anything fancy, just the base card Slugma that I needed. Classic shiny sprays, exactly. All right. I'm going to flip back around. The blood's rushing to my head. I'm starting to get a little dizzy. All right. You love Hella and hieroglyphics? I don't know what that means. Is that like a new television show? It's disorienting watching me like that. Well, I mean, all the blood was rushing to my head. I was starting to get dizzy. Good morning, Billy. How you doing, my friend? Right side up. Yeah, sorry, Dylan. I didn't mean to lead you to think that was some sort of, man bat. You still haven't gotten your God pack. How many packs have you opened, Mewtwo? Oh, okay, gotcha. I got you, Cheese. Yeah, I did kind of notice that when I flipped it, that it was still somewhat legible. I had to go to Australia real quick to pick up ZA. Yeah, I wish I could do that. Yeah, I was lucky enough to get a God pack, but I remember, I think it was after Kem got his God pack, and I was like, what the heck? When am I going to get my God pack? And then I looked at how many packs I'd opened. I had opened like maybe 1,100 packs, if that. And I guess the odds are like 1 in 2,000. So I was like, okay, I guess I can't really complain. And then like a couple months later, I opened a God pack. Gotta try something different sometime, right? Exactly. You never know. You never know what is going to be the trick. I still need to go pre-order ZA. Cheese, you would probably know this. You seem like a fellow that would know these things. Are there any pre-order bonuses from Walmart or Target? Forgot to open yesterday. Too busy with tea and a Fortnite Rocket League. Tea? What kind of tea? Oolong tea? My friend Hefty Mar. Good morning, Razzie. My friend Razzie Mar. How are you feeling today? Pre-ordered the Switch 1 version and bought the patch separately and saved $10. Nice. Walmart some pin. Okay. Hassan Bello, my friend. How are you? 862 packs in the main, probably 9 or plus in total. Okay, yeah. Then, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope you get a God pack. I hope everyone gets a God pack. But, yeah, you're at close to half odds in the God pack. I can't see it. What's Razzie's PFP today? That is a good one. That's Razzie. I would say that's definitely a top 10 on the PFPs that you've had. Center is plus. GameStop is skin code. What do you mean center is plus? Oh, plush? I thought it's no longer plushes. I thought they sold out of the plushes, and now that is a random starter pin. You're going to with GameStop. You want the clothes? I honestly I couldn't care less about trench coat. Best Buy is a mat. We don't even have a Best Buy anymore. My options are GameStop, Walmart, Target. Discord server, someone opened like 7 packs in a row and got to hit every single pack, so you decided to see if you could get that lucky, and you did not. Oh my gosh, Hassan. That's not fair at all. Razzie, I would like to see you skipping around your room while crying. I think that would be an interesting sight. Suicune EX, nice. Pre-order from Best Buy and get shipped. You'll get it. Yeah, but then I got no guarantees it's gonna, arrive on release day, right? That's the thing. I want to buy it in person, so I physically have it on release day. The other day you opened your 2 free packs, you had the immersive Suicune and both of them? That's crazy. Best Buy Game Match, so cool. Definitely have FOMO about that one, but you really like the idea of cosplaying in the trench coat for streams. I could see that being a thing for you. Maybe your luck's drained. Could be. You open another pack of some. Let me know what you got. We're going to open up 3 packs later on. It would have been 4, but I forgot and I opened a pack this morning. Cito, thank you for the lurks. I'm now missing 10 base cards from this set. I feel like I'm doing all right. Oh, I also got this card earlier this week, which I was really excited about. For obvious reasons. I like that card a lot. You're missing some cards from every single pocket set. I think the first 2 sets I was able to actually complete on my own. The rest of the sets, and there's still, I think, 2 sets I haven't completed. The rest of the sets, I definitely need to do some trades with some friends in order to get them finished off. You pulled that a few nights ago as well? Nice. 9 more cards to complete the set. Nice, Assad. You never really listen to RFK talk? Dude sounds like an FBA Batman wannabe. You've never heard him talk? That's like, for months, that was like literally the only thing I knew about him was his voice. I can't listen to him talk. It makes my throat hurt. I know that's terrible. I know that's a horrible thing to say, and I'm sure it's not his fault, but hearing him talk makes my throat hurt. It makes me want to cough. You need to finish the Ho-Oh set and the Suicune set. I have to finish the... I have to finish the Ho-Oh Lugia set, the Suicune set. I think there's 2 Celestial Celestial Guardians I need, and there might be 1 or 2 Buzzwole set cards. Didn't RFK say something really offensive? It would not surprise me. You love it when your teacher analyzes every single card he pulls in TCG Pocket and we trust him because he's competed at Worlds before. That's wild. Rough to your talk, but I'm aware he can't help it, even though everyone makes fun of his voice, so it's okay. I mean, it just makes me very uncomfortable to listen to him. Like, I have a physical reaction. I'm trying to clear my throat. You found a shiny Inkay. Congratulations, Dragonic. Mewtwo, why are you yelling at me? You opened 2 packs on your mini? Okay. And? You got the shiny Mew EX. Congratulations, Mewtwo. Beautiful card. I hope everyone liked the thumbnail for this video. I did spend like 8 minutes working on it. And the last card was a Malamar. What are the odds? Is Malamar in this set? I didn't even realize that. You got the unknown for me. If I oh, yes, Slowpoke, I do, but right now I am in the midst of a trade with Anne-Marie. But yes, I do need an unknown, if you would be so kind. 1 minute per heart, that's right. Thank you, Razzie. You know how I work. I had to like turn on the game and get a screen grab. And then I had to like cover up my character with the Malamar. I was so mad that that stupid Lillipup popped out of the grass and walked over to me. I was like, well, I guess now I got a Lillipup in the thumbnail. You're waiting for the Razzie thumbnail to make a surprise return? Razzie, I still have like 5 unused versions of the Razzie thumbnail. I might bust them out at some point. If a corn dog falls off a stick, what do you call it? Like big dog nuggets? Corn oval roly pancake? Well, I would still call it a corn dog. I feel like the stick is actually not represented in the name. You have an immersive, a genetic Apex, Charizard, Mythical Island Celebi, Space Time Smackdown Dialga, and Palkia, Extra Dimensional Crisis Buzzwole ×2, Eevee Grove Eevee, and whatever Suicune set's called. I have Suicune ×2, Lily, Eevee, Pikachu, Charizard, Mewtwo several times over, Celebi, Mew. I think that's it. I don't think I got an immersive in between Celebi and Lily. Lillipup wanted to join the friend group. Yeah, I suppose, but I was just like, all right, let me get a nice picture of this background. Let me get a nice picture of the field. And then Lillipup's like, hey, I exist. And I was like, all right, I guess you can be in the picture. Is that the corn part reference a corn stalk, the dog being the protein in the middle, so once you remove the stalk, it transforms? I'm not saying you're wrong. I just never thought about it that way. I always just thought of the corn part as the wrapper. The wrap around the dog. Where's my ZA excitement level? I think it's... Yeah, it's in the bedside table. Along with my passport. You got it! Congratulations, Mighty Munchkin. No, I'm excited. I think like every other gen, I'm not as excited about it as I would be for like the birth of a new generation. But I'm excited about it. I was saying earlier, Razzie, I don't know if you were already here and lurking or not. I haven't heard anybody say anything yet. Well, let me rephrase. I haven't heard Nintendo or Game Freak say anything yet about new Pokemon, which I'm honestly going to be a little bit disappointed if there's not any new Pokemon in the game. It doesn't have to be like a whole dex, but like ZA gave us what, like 7 or 8 new Pokemon? Just, give us something like that. Just give us a handful of new ones. Something new. If they don't do that and just in their minds the new Megas count as the new Pokemon, I'm going to be disappointed. Your favorite Malamar is actually Malamar. Oh, nice, Billy. I see that Malamar is currently leading the poll by 46%. It's got the Dawn mark. That's so awesome, Mighty Munchkin. The fluffy part's made with cornmeal? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's what I always thought of the corn part. Like, if I would name it, if I renamed a corn dog, I would name it corn dog on a stick. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty likely Gen 10 is going to come out next year. Probably be announced on Pokemon Day. And, yeah, come out next fall. That poll feels like the Spider-Man meme. You're not wrong. Wonder picked a new card, now you're only 8 away from completion. Lucky. There's not at least some kind of new Pokemon in the game that might flop a tad. Yeah, because, and I'm not saying this is the case. I have no inside knowledge. I am basing this solely off of the official trailers and everything that I've seen. The same stuff that you guys have. I don't know anything else. I haven't been following any of the leaks or anything. But there does seem to be quite a lot of focus on battling in this game, which, is fine. A lot of people like to battle. But if there's not a lot of collecting in this game, for me personally, that's going to lower my excitement about the game. But I do think there's a possibility there might be Premier Balls in this game, so I'm excited about that. There's probably a lot that's not in the trailers. Oh yeah, I hope so. I'm sure that's the case. I'm sure that there is a lot that's not in the trailers. I would hope there's a lot that's not in the trailers. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of what they've shown so far has been very battle-oriented. The city-only setting lowers your excitement for the game. It's going to depend on how much there is to do for me, as far as that. I mean, I think it's, even based off what little we've seen, whether we're talking about the trailers or the demo gameplay footage, it's definitely a lot bigger city than Lumio City was in X and Y. I mean, it looks like it's going to take at least a while to traverse the whole thing. And then if there's like an underground, that basically doubles your square footage. So, it could be like a whole Tears of the Kingdom thing, where instead of expanding outward, they expand up and downward. I'd love to traverse the sewers in a Pokemon game and dodge mucks left and right. Generation of Hype, man, as of the last games, they're barely peppering our eggs. Barely peppering our eggs. City's kind of like a village in PLA. You think so, Amber? I don't know. That would be a nice surprise. Jensen, do I think Malamar will get a Mega? I have no way of knowing one way or the other, but I would assume so. I'm going to guess most likely. I can't imagine why they would make such a bizarre video all about Malamar on Thursday for any other reason. It would be hilarious if it just ends up being a big, like, pro Malamar propaganda video, and that's it. Like, nothing to do with any announcement, just trying to get everyone to love Malamar. But I would imagine probably so. But yeah, we don't know for certain. Apparently, there's going to be a follow-up video on Wednesday. And my guess, if I had to bet a nickel, my guess is they will announce Mega Malamar there. Problem is that people hear Lumios only and immediately start picturing the small 3DS city. I mean, I can't blame them. I mean, if that's all we know about Lumios City is the Lumios City that's in X and Y, I can understand why people would think that. But I do think from what we've seen so far, it's obviously a lot larger in scope than it was in the 3DS games. I don't think it's going to be like Hyrule. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. Honestly, I would think, like, just talking city-wise, I'm not talking about, like, if there is, like, any underground or anything. It kind of looks like about the size of one of the Legends Arceus areas. Like, about the size of, like, the, I can't even remember the names of any of them. Swamplands, Marshlands, Mountainlands. What were the areas called? Sealands? Was Sealands one of them? Underground Fight Club or Dungeon Crawl under the sea would be a huge missed opportunity. Yeah, I think that'd be neat. Mirelands is one of them. Crimson Mirelands. Like, it looks like based off the map, it looks like it's about the size of one of those. If I had to, like, you know, do like a... Yeah, it's about the size of one of those. Coastlands, that's what it's called. Cobalt Coastlands, not Sealands. Razzie, why did you let me call it Sealands? Disappointed in you. Alabaster Icelands, not Snowlands. Iceland, Mountainlands, and Giant Firehorse Land. Yep. That Rapidash still scares the crap out of me. I have avoided that Rapidash for all these years. Also, I want to say thank you to all you that are here. We haven't gotten a lot of people into the stream yet. We've only got 45 views so far. But the average watch time is over 10 minutes. You guys are hanging out. And I appreciate you guys keeping me company. Obsidian Fieldlands. Yes, that's right. Fieldlands. Scary Rapidash. It's just so big and angry. That would be a fun one to shiny hunt, actually. I'm assuming there's a lot of people here that are shiny hunted that static alpha Rapidash. That's what she said. Good morning, shinies. How are ya? They do have a huge attack range once they notice you. Exactly. That's why I always creep around her. Just be all sneaky, sneaky. Shinies, how's the family doing? Have they disowned you yet? You have 2 of them, Shalfa. That's crazy. White Stripe Basculin, the only one you have is an alpha, is because it wasn't so chicken. It did suck going for the White Stripe Basculin in Arceus. Those were painful hunts. You had to be so careful. Something tells me we won't get any new Pokemon. I sort of expect at least one new Pokemon. Razzie, I'm going to honestly be very disappointed if there aren't. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be disappointing. I'm right. I'm here. Sorry, I got busy writing yes. There's no need to apologize, Razzie. I don't expect everyone to just sit here and do nothing except for watch my stream and answer my questions. Except for Mewtwo. Mewtwo has to do that. But everyone else is free to live their lives. Have me on the background. That's what you do usually? Yeah, that makes sense. Thank goodness. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to hold against you. I think we're about to stop seeing large amounts of new Pokemon. Bold prediction, Gen 10 will be all regional forms. That is a very bold prediction, Chinese. But no, I'm not saying I'm not going to buy it. I'm not saying I'm not going to play it. But I'm going to tell you right now, if there are 0 new Pokemon in Legends EA, I will be disappointed. It's going to definitely dampen my excitement. Especially if it has Premier Balls. I'll be like, come on, you gave me a Legends game with Premier Balls and you don't give me anything to Shiny Hunt? Gen 10 for the 30th anniversary, you think they'll make a big to-do about that title? Oh yeah, absolutely. Would not surprise me at all. You bet they don't do a single thing differently. Differently than what? Oh, the game? I remember before Scarlet and Violet came out, my mic is saying crisp as heck today. Interesting. I didn't do any changes to it. Before Scarlet and Violet came out, I was very confident that Dex entry number 1000 was going to be in Gen 10. They were going to pull like a Victini, and Dex entry 1000 was going to be the first Pokemon in Gen 10 Dex. I don't know why. Twice now, the mic has apparently sounded better when I haven't changed a single setting with the mic since I first set it up. Got a second shiny Inkay, and it had a mark, the lunchtime mark. Nice, Dragonic. I love getting marked shinies. Gen 9 introduced a lot of new Pokemon. It did. It did. I thought it would go up to $9.99. I didn't think it was going to go to at least $10.25. And I mean, I don't know. I guess Goldengo as Pokemon number 1000 is kind of a big deal because it is like all like, I don't know, not celebratory, but you know, it represents wealth. Past Pokemon game with only regionals would kind of go hard. That'd be interesting. It's flashy. Yeah, it is. It is flashy. I prefer new Pokemon than regionals or convergence or paradox or what have you. I mean, I understand that after like a billion Pokemon, you know, it like the well can, you know, run a little dry. I get that. I'm not faulting them for having no creativity. I think they've pretty much done everything they can do. But I don't like how so many Pokemon nowadays, not all of them, there's still original ones, but it's becoming more and more common nowadays that Pokemon are, you know, what if this Pokemon but this? Like, you know, what if Vulpix but ice? What if Hariyama but robot? Gen X for the Gen X, right? Gen 10 should just be Kanto with the 151 from Kanto and the 8 badges from Kanto. Do you know how many people would be so angry, Razzie? There would be riots. All right, Chinese, why don't you tell us why you think Gen 10 won't be a big deal? Scarlet and Violet has made approximately 1.620 billion. I'm glad you included the zero at the end. 1.620 billion USD since coming out. So let's assume equal sales roughly 800 million since launch. It's launched nearly 3 years ago, so 265 million per year per game. Okay. Pokemon Go makes it roughly 888 million a year. Okay. You'd be so happy if we got some Kanto. The riots in the street would be funny and smelly. Bob, I'm here in the streets where a riot has broken out. We're going to talk to one of the people involved in starting this riot and see what their problem is. So, sir, why are you rioting? Well, because the Gen 10 games were just Kanto remakes. As you can see, Bob, we have a bunch of crazy people rioting in the streets. We'll never really understand or know why they rioted, but stay inside. So why would a company invest time, energy, and resources into making new games that mean anything when they can keep milking their developed cash cow? I don't know. Did I just call Froakie hefty? I almost called Froakie hefty. Froakie with the 30 months of membership. Thank you so much, my friend. Much love to you as well. TCG Pocket, 915 million the first 6 months of launch. Nice. Imagine the riot police having to get called out. That would be hilarious because those neckbeards would go down so quickly. It would be the funniest and fastest riot ever. It would just be like, oh my gosh, people are rioting. 5 minutes later. Okay, the rioters have all been knocked out and taken to jail. They think it's because of Pokemon Go. There is nothing different with the mic. I have not touched. Okay, you know what? You know what I did? Okay, so normally on my mic, I have the volume turned all the way up on the mic because I'm typically somewhat of a quiet talker. This morning when I started the computer, the mic was at about half volume. I don't know why. So I turned it all the way up again. Weren't kids getting clobbered by cars back in 2016 while playing Go? I think there was a couple of incidents with that, but you can't really blame Pokemon Go. That's just, that's just called being stupid. That's just called Darwinism. You need to figure out. Okay, I'll show you. I'll show you exactly what I did. You ready? That's what I did. Rendleson, what's going on? Good to see you. I finally plugged all the way in. Nope. I haven't touched it. Haven't touched it in months. Anne-Marie, good morning. Anne-Marie, I sent you a trade request in Pocket this morning. Ugh, Malamar, LOL. The dichotomy of Malamar summed up in 3 words. You stood in the middle of the street playing Donkey Kong Bonanza and got hit by a cart. Humpty Grumpy, I like you and your ways and your humor. Hope you're doing well. You sent me something back? Sweet. Yeah, I don't care about, I mean, obviously I would prefer to get cards that I need, but I'm never going to cancel a trade because someone doesn't have something that I need. Because this is all about helping out each other, right? This is all about being good people. And sometimes good buddies just... Wait, that is a new card. What you talking about, Willis? I need that card. Forget what I was saying. You sent me a new card. You heard that Malamar got a Mega. Is that true? It has not been officially announced yet, Froky. But on Thursday, they put out a really weird video all about Malamar. And there's apparently a follow-up video coming out on Wednesday. And if it's not Mega Malamar, I don't know what else it could be. Yeah, thank you for the Shaman. Yeah, community coming together. We love to see it. Yeah, it'll probably be a Mega. But like, I mean, Froky, you know how I am, right? I don't buy into like leaks, rumors, blah blah blah. I don't say confirmed when it hasn't been. So we don't know. We don't officially know if there's going to be a Mega Malamar. But they did make a video about Mega Malamar and tagged Legend ZA at the end. Or they did make a video about Malamar and tagged Legend ZA at the end of it. And there's apparently going to be a follow-up video next week. So I can make the safe assumption, but I don't know for sure. That's why this is not called a Mega Malamar stream. This is just called a My Friend Malamar stream. Yeah, we don't know anything. Exactly. You went to Area 0, you got Shiny Roaring Moon. Nice. Froky, how you been? I feel like we haven't talked in a while. Nintendo told you it's going to be a regional variant called Marmalade. That's actually really clever, Mewtwo. That's, I like that a lot, actually. Because look at the Shiny. I could see them... Like, if you look at the Shiny, I could see a Malamar, like, made of Marmalade. Tyler Shanks, the GOAT. What's going on, Tyler? I'm doing well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the grounded Super Mario Odyssey, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's going to be a little bit of a light weekend for you with the video games, but I hope you enjoy all of them. Bummed that Nintendo did not make a special edition Switch to the ZA. You purchased the bundle. If they make one after, you're going to be an unhappy frog. I don't like unhappy frogs. I like happy frogs. Busy but good. Missed you, buddy. Missed you too, man. It's so rare I get a chance to talk to somebody that's older than me. You make me feel young. I watched Pokemon the Movie 3 yesterday and you love that film. I haven't seen that I don't think I've seen that since like 2001, 2002. I should rewatch that one. Hey, what's going on, Froky? They centered a Raichu variant around pancakes. Why not marmalade? That's a good point. I had a Belgian waffle 3 weeks ago today, and I'm still thinking about it. You just uploaded yesterday to Pokemon TV? Nice. Yeah, I'm a little stinker. You just had one right now with coffee. I'm jealous. What type of topping did you have on your Belgian waffle, Froky? Shinies. Korean waffles? I don't know what Korean waffles are. That's interesting. You love waffles? I do too, Anne-Marie. I'm happy you had a Belgian waffle 3 weeks ago. Good job. Thank you, Slowpoke. Have I ever heard the word gauche before? I have. Why? Have I done something that's gauche, Shinies? Caught 2 shinies in PLA. They were a West C-form Shellos and an Abra that you barely didn't fail. Basically, you heard the shiny noise, saw an Abra TPing away, so you saved your game super fast. Good job! I have never caught a shiny Abra in Legends Arceus. I'm pretty sure I've failed a few. Half waffle, half mochi. Korean waffles are waffles where the top half isn't allowed any syrup or toppings, and the southern half is really wonderful. That took me a second, Shinies. I thought that was going to go into, like, NSFW territory, but that was kind of clever. Why is everyone saying Nick and Nicholas? Look, in my opinion, you're free to make fun of people if they're literally not allowed to be on the stream to see what he said. It's like if I'm on the internet making fun of the Amish. They're never going to hear me, so who cares? When you were in high school, you learned that word from a book you were reading and you started calling each other ghost bags. I like that. Ghost bags. He's laying it out here because he has to be normal at home this weekend. Can you imagine what normal Nick is like, Razzie? Here's the secret. Normal Nick is actually like the most boring person in the world. That's why he acts out. Because he's afraid if he doesn't act out, no one will pay attention to him. Yeah, they'll never know, Cheese. So, like, it's like a moot point. It just doesn't matter. Like, Curly May isn't here so we can make fun of her missing pinky toe. Isn't it weird, though, that she has a missing pinky toe, but she still has 6 toes on that foot? One of the weirdest part with the shiny Abra was the fact that he saw it from a distance that was apparently too far away for the shiny noise to shiny sparkles to appear, and then just moved forward. Oh, I love it when that happens. That's happened to me a couple times. Not with Abra. I've never been that lucky. But, like, I can see the shiny in the distance, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's shiny. And then I get a little bit closer, and then it does the sparkles and the noise. You don't understand why she has pinky rings, like pinky toe rings to boot? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I just think it's bizarre that Carly May has no pinky toe, but she's got, like, 3 big toes on that foot. Tell you what though, she can grab stuff. She's got good grippers. Seeing the shiny before hearing the sound is an amazing feeling. It really is. I wonder why YouTube hid that message. Yeah, Shinies, how many toes do you have? There's always a chance Carly is lurking. There is. There is. But I haven't gotten an angry face DM'd at me yet, so I think we're safe. No, I would never say this to her face, but Carly is an amazing person and an amazing streamer. The fact that she has come into the Pokemon community so recently, all things considered, and become like one of the greatest forces of the YouTube is pretty wild. She is a brilliant, brilliant person. Can't believe I didn't have that Shaman card yet. I had 6 of them. Well, rub it in more, why don't you, Anne-Marie? Why wouldn't you say that to her face? Nah. She's really nice. She actually helped me out a lot this week too. I had some questions for her. I needed to pick her brain about an upcoming shiny hunt. And like while I was talking to her about that, it made me realize, and I told her, I was like, it's kind of wild that a couple years ago she knew like nothing about Pokemon, and now I think of her as like an expert in some shiny hunts. Plus, she's pretty decent in Animal Crossing. Froky, I just saw your message. You gotta leave. Have fun at work. Hope you do well. Oh wait, hold on. You only heard the noise. Saw Abra teleporting away. Saved your game as fast as possible, then moved away on Weird Ear. Checked if it was it. Came back and there's no noise, and then you reloaded it. Tyler, you got super lucky. I'm never fast enough to save like that. You, Amber, and Carly talked about when I asked you for help. When did I do that? Other than like all the time. You have my friend Malamar. Good job, Dragonic. Closest you've ever been to failing any shiny you've ended up catching. That's incredible. Good job, Tyler. I'm jealous. Can Shalfa? Oh, I mean, I guess not technically Shalfa. Can Alpha Abra disappear too? You need a Wonder Pick to get good so you can use my pick. Oh, that reminds me. Thank you, Razzie. I did a Wonder Pick off of you this morning and got myself the Melodic, which I needed. It can disappear or spooked by another alpha. Okay, gotcha. So it won't run away unless there's another alpha on the screen. Weird schedule lately where you're up for next stream though. Yeah, I have seen you in there a lot more often lately. Yeah, I like when Nick goes live because it's like right around the time that like I've had my cup of coffee, I've talked to my parents, like it's time to get ready for work. So it's nice to like kind of have him on while I'm getting ready. Yeah, that is interesting about the alpha. No, Razzie was a big help for me when I was setting up Legends Arceus to do a few hunts in there for the Mega Dex. I was bothering him incessantly. 11 morning when Nick goes live, then Amber, Chem, and then Carly. It's a great day when the stars align. We do love those days. I kept like sending Razzie like pictures and DMs. Like, is this a good place for outbreak? Is this a good place for an outbreak? You're tired by the end of chems if you're up for next because that's like 7 hours. 7 hours. That's a short day. You're watching another person PLA shiny alpha map quest, and they caught a shiny Zubat. You saw the size, and it's like, that's not just shiny, that's Shalfa, and it was Shalfa Zubat. That's wild. I always forget, does the Shalfa Zubat have the red eyes or no? No eyes. That's crazy. Well, I know the Zubat doesn't have eyes, but I didn't know if the Shalfa had red eyes. Don't tell me you could not see Game Freak just throwing the red eyes on Zubat regardless. You know they would just do that willy-nilly. If you're up at 7 a.m. though, you've usually been awake since 1 a.m. You wake up at 1 a.m., that is ridiculous. Unless you like work overnight. Then I guess that's fair. If you have like a night shift job, I guess I can't say anything. You don't always, but sometimes. Gotcha. Then yeah. If you've been up since 1 a.m., I could totally see Chem's stream ending at 3:30 and then you being tired. Amba playing some Legends Arceus. Just doxed you to the whole internet. After orientation, I hope you get oriented very quickly. Go back to Regieleki? Do it! Get that Regieleki. Kind of want to do the Charizard Heart and Let's Go. That one was that one quick for... Yeah, it was, Razzie. Particularly when you consider that I had to get 2 of them. It was very quick. I think it might have only been 2 streams. Was it even 2 streams? I can't even remember. I was debating doing that for Dragonite as well, but I was afraid, like, I lucked out so much on the Charizards, I felt like I would not be lucky with the Dragonite. I have gotten a shiny wild Dragonite in the Let's Go games before. That has happened to me, but I don't think we would have gotten as quickly had I done Let's Go. Plus, we would have been very limited on what ball we could catch it in. And I think we ended up catching it in a nest ball. Some you caught, some you failed. Yeah, Razzie, I can't remember if Charizard has a guaranteed spawn on a Chain of 11. Or if it shares that spot with Dragonite. But yeah, just going in and out of the door. And big shout outs to Joyce, aka Dark Moon Sylveon. She was the one that taught me that if you ride Onix, then you can go in and out of the door while riding Onix, and immediately pop up into the sky, so you don't have to like keep getting on and off of your ride. Because, like, if you were riding, like, Charizard or something, when you were ready to go through the door, you would have to get off of Charizard, walk in the door, walk out of the door, get back onto Charizard, and fly up in the air. But if you're riding Onix, like, you're up in the air, but you can just go in and out of the door without having to do anything else. Yeah, Razzie, do it. Yeah, Dragonite, Charizard, Pidgeot, Fearow with 3 main spawns. Yeah. I just can't remember if Charizard and Dragonite share the same spawn table or not. You gotta go, Mighty Munchkin? All right, thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your day. They're separate? Okay. And I don't get all the shinies, Amaru. There are some shinies I don't have. There's 10 unknowns I don't have. There's 3 family mousehold that I don't have. I don't have a female Basculegion in Premier Ball. Which bothers me. So just forms. Yeah, a couple forms. The 10 unknown and the 3 family mousehold are the only forms that I don't have at all. But then there's still probably about maybe 20 Pokemon that I need to rehunt in Premier Balls. Matthew Snyder, good morning. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Welcome back, Mewtwo. Did we get a Malamar trailer? Matthew, on Thursday, Pokemon released a video called Malamar.mp4 talking about our friend Malamar and how everyone loves Malamar and Malamar's the greatest. And they did a really, really good job of getting the most bizarre people to appear in it. It's like they purposely, like when they were casting, they were like, yeah, you're weird looking. You can be a part of this. And apparently there's going to be a follow-up video on Wednesday. So I can't say whether or not there's going to be a Mega Malamar. But I will say that they are focusing a lot on Malamar. Hey, I didn't get cast. I'm sorry, Slowpoke. Malamar to MP4. It is such a bizarre video. It really was. I don't get things. I don't understand stuff. I see Malamar is currently leading the poll by 47%. Or at 47%, I should say. Not by. Yeah, Anne-Marie, like, all those people just made me uncomfortable. The people in those mini teasers are actually in-game NPCs. Could you imagine, Humpty? Wait, are you joking or are you being serious? Because I could see it either way. What if Mega Malamar just Malamar base flipped so in the end he's right side up again? Mewtwo, that would be hilarious. That would be the funniest thing ever. I approve that message. Just imagine that's the that right there. That's the Mega Malamar. You did not know Malamar can control people with psychic powers? Yeah, like I don't typically get into lore a lot with Pokemon because I think a lot of it's pretty silly. But it is kind of wild thinking about Malamar. It's a dark psychic Pokemon. Imagine having psychic powers and being like inherently evil. That's kind of scary. Your series saw a poster with the spray paint girl as an NPC that appears in ZA. They're wearing the same clothes and everything. No way, Humpty. That's wild. That actually makes a lot more sense. That explains why they're all so bizarre people. Red Eye, Jedi, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Tyler, they have not officially announced Mega for Malamar, but Malamar did get an official video from the official Pokemon channel on YouTube on Thursday, talking all about Malamar. And apparently there's a follow-up video this upcoming Wednesday. So I don't know if it's getting a Mega. But I figured why not kind of jump on the Malamar hype train and shiny hunt for it just in case. If it does shine today, I will not be updating the 50 out of 50 to 51 out of 51 because it has not been officially announced yet. But yeah, I thought there might be some hype based around Malamar today. Looks like that might not actually be the case, but whatever. I always enjoy a good Sword Shield strong spawn reset hunt. Got it just in case, exactly. And if it does have a Mega, then I can say, haha, see, I knew it had a Mega the entire time. Unless Malamar's coming to Cafe Remix. We'll have to ask Gina about that. She knows more about Cafe Remix than I do. I mean, I will say the end of the video did have the it did have the Legend ZA end slate. So it was definitely ZA related. Malamar hype train is not something you thought you would ever hear. Neither did I. We all know it's going to be the Mega. We can make very educated, informed guesses about that, Amory. You could certainly do that. But it ain't confirmed until it's confirmed, right? Aegislash doesn't need a Mega. It's already one of a kind. It already is one kind of. Yeah, I can see that. I can see what you're saying. Your grandpa Miyamoto works in Nintendo. He told you? Nice. You're lucky. I wish I had a grandpa named Miyamoto. I love the idea that if there is a Mega Malamar, it's just Malamar flipped over again. Miyamoto. Nice. Kalos starters deserve Megas? I agree. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. The background's changing a little bit. It's now like officially morning time. I love it when the time of day changes in these games. You know what's beautiful? You know what I've always wanted to do and I've never been able to do it? I don't know if anybody else here has ever had this luck. So, in the Gen 7 games, specifically Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, when it changes from daytime to nighttime, there's like I think it's an hour-long period of dusk where the sky is this beautiful orange color. Of all the SOS hunting I've done in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon over the years, we're talking hundreds upon hundreds of successful SOS hunts. I've never successfully gotten a shiny during that dusk hour. Back in the day when I was doing those SOS hunts, I'd always take a picture of the shiny when it showed up on screen, and I always wanted to get one with that beautiful orange sky. And I've never been able to. speaking of orange sky, I took this picture. I don't even know when I took this picture. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you this picture because I took it. Here it is. I'm going to take this picture. June 6th of 2024. So I think the if I remember correctly, I mean, it was June 6th, 2024. It was well over a year ago. I think the California wildfires were raging out of control, and we had gotten like some of the smoke where I live, and it, really messed with the sky. So because of that, there was one day where when it changed from like daytime to nighttime, when it was dusk at 8:37 p.m., the sky was absolutely gorgeous. This photo is a photo from my back porch. It has not been doctored. It has not been touched up at all. This is just a straight up photo of the sky on June 6th, 2024. Look at that sky. How beautiful is that? I love it. I was so happy I was able to get that picture. I mean, it's unfortunate that that was because of smoke, but it looked beautiful. Ad for Stranger Things, right? It's like PLA with the Sky issue after beating all the noble Pokemon. Nice, good reference. I did already check the moveset for Malamar. It literally has nothing we need to be worried about. It's got Topsy-Turvy. It's got Foul Play. It's got Close Combat. And I can't remember the fourth move, but it's stupid. So they broke the final season into 3 parts. The first few episodes are coming out on Thanksgiving. The next few episodes are coming out on Christmas Day. And the final episode is coming out on either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So dumb. Yeah, I agree. It's already bad enough that we get a season of a TV show once every like 3 or 4 years nowadays. I'd like to be able to watch it, together. Or, we could just go back to how it was for decades and just release the episodes weekly. I'd be fine with that too, but I don't like, releasing it in batches. 2 Inkay and a Roaring Moon using a level 3 Dark Sandwich. Not too bad day's work, that's right. Days of 20 to 27 episodes in a 3-month hiatus. Exactly. Back in the good old days. Got a shiny Tandem yesterday in Pogo from a special research you had forever. It evolved in 4 family, though. You're lucky. I haven't gotten a shiny Tandem Mouse. Just wait till New Year's and watch it all again. I probably will. To be fair. Why do I want to watch a drama episode, drama series of 6 episodes? I mean, like they've been doing that like in the UK forever. Like if if a UK show makes it to like 10 episodes, that's like a really long show. But like that part doesn't bother me so much as the fact that it's so many less episodes than it used to be. Yeah, it's so much longer in between seasons. If you want to have shortened seasons, I'm okay with that. But you shouldn't need like 3 times as much time to get the season done as you did when it was 22 episodes. I mean, like, you know, the HBO shows have been, you know, between 10 to 13 episodes a season for, you know, decades, since back like in the late 90s. That's my main complaint, is just how long in between seasons. It really kills momentum and interest. But dramas are different. I mean, yes, dramas are different from sitcoms. I just don't think I should have to wait more than a year max in between seasons. I think it's so funny that tipping was so prominent in Kalos, but not Unova. Tipping? What? 7 shinies away from reaching 500 shinies in your Pogo living decks? Nice! I don't even know how many I have. Definitely not that many. I can tell you that much. I didn't tip. I don't remember tipping. You're asked to tip like in every city? For what? Tipping for what? Give me a for instance. Help me remember. Oh, I have more shinies than I thought. I have caught 467 shinies. That's more than I thought. People telling stories, singing. Yeah, I probably didn't talk to any NPCs unless I had to. Even the concierge in Bal Chateau explained the writs. And, like, typically I would, because I'm always, like I never, like, look up the information, but I'm one of those people that always just assumes, like, well, if I tip a certain amount, they'll give me something. Jerry, what's going on? Good to see you. Yes, fellow Malamar enjoyers, my friend Malamar, right here. 322 in Pogo? Nice. 1,000 between Gen 6 and 7? That's a lot. Holy smokes. So, Jerry, Mewtwo said something hilarious that I absolutely loved. Jerry, Mewtwo said, what if a Mega Malamar is just Malamar flipped right side up again? And so that's what I got on the overlay right now. It's cracking me up. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, Jerry, we had some good luck algorithmically last week with the earlier streams, so I thought I would try it again today. Not so much. Not so much today as last weekend. But, you know, that's how we find out things. That's how we learn the things that we learn, is by trying. You honestly feel like it will? How hilarious would that be? To be clear, they have not officially announced Mega Malamar. However, I think there's a good chance that Malamar might have a Mega. Good for you for trying something new. Thank you, Jerry. And because I did start streaming so much earlier than I normally do, I feel it would be unfair to punish my West Coast friends because of that. So I am going to try my best to still make it, till around the normal time. So, in other words, I'm still planning on going at least 2 more hours. Somewhere between 2 to 2.5 more hours. 8 a.m. is the latest you started? No, up until a couple weeks ago, 9 a.m. was my normal time. Like way back in the day, it used to be 8 a.m. to 11. And then for a long time, it was 9 to noon. And then when I came back from my little medical sabbatical, we did like 9 to 11. And then last weekend I had to stream early because I had friends in from out of town. And so those streams were still close to like 3 hours, but they were starting earlier. But no, Jerry, I would never do that to you. But it was an experiment, a failed experiment, but an experiment nonetheless. 9 my time. Well, I also know that Mermaid Mia lives in the same time zone as me. Yeah, for a very, very long time, 3 hours was the staple. And I would do it from 9 a.m. Eastern to noon Eastern, which would be 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central. But it's kind of been all over the place the last few weeks. We'll get back into a rhythm. I just don't know what that rhythm is going to be yet. Yeah, Jerry's West Coast. West Side. That's what Jerry always says. Jerry sends me a DM every morning that just says West Side. Can't believe we've already done almost 400 checks. People said that when you were in 5th grade. That's how they said good morning. And it's a completely unrelated gift from the office too. Yeah, exactly. He just says West Side, and then it's a picture, and then it's a gif of Dwight getting out of a box in the warehouse. And that's how I know that Jerry is awake. Which makes me think that Jerry sleeps in a box, which is sad. Yes, leak our entire DMs while you're at it. Okay. No, I won't do that. You think it's a Coolio lyric? Nah, there used to be a whole East Side, West Side feud back in the 80s and 90s. I stayed out of such things. Oh, why kids in your class back in '96 said it. Gotcha. Did you ever play Hollow Knight? You were the first person to ask me that today, Jerry. You're not the first person to ask me that, but you're the first person to ask me that today. I did purchase Hollow Knight probably about 7 or 8 months ago, and I played it for a while. I think I beat a couple bosses, and then it's just one of those things, like, I just didn't pick it up again for a while. So, I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it's a good game. I see what all the hype's about, but, yeah, I haven't beat it or anything. I'm also a fan of the Metroid style. I am. I do like Metroidvania games, as they call them. You also haven't beaten it. That's something you and I have in common, Jerry. Besties. I'm your left-handed bestie. Who's your right-handed bestie, Mewtwo? Does anyone else keep looking at the upside down Malamar, trying to rewrite your brain so that it doesn't look like an upside down Malamar? Like, you know, trying to look at it so that that's the way it's supposed to be. I keep trying to, and sometimes I'm successful, and then other times my brain goes back to saying it's upside down. You have no idea who your right-handed bestie is? Better figure that out. It might be really hard, like Cuphead. It's definitely a challenging game. Sure. I mean, I got through to a certain point with no issues, and then I hit. I don't want to say a wall. I'll say I hit a hedge. I hit a hedge where, you know, I was, you know, starting to die in certain areas, and it would take me longer to get past certain things than the beginning of the game. And from what I understand, it keeps progressing like that. It can, some of the enemies, their movement patterns are really unique. That's what really gets me is, you know, some of them just move. It's hard to recognize the pattern. You can swim in Silk Song. Oh, okay. Key point to push the eyes above the beak so it looks like a normal face. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's as bad as Cuphead. Cuphead's like, I haven't personally played it, but I've watched like Zed Games play it. It reminds me of a lot of like bullet hell games. It's not that bad. It's not nearly that bad, but yeah, the challenge does seem to increase the longer you play it. I love Cuphead so much. I love watching it. I've yet to play it. I mean, I'm sure eventually I'll play it, and I'm sure I'll get really frustrated, but I'll still like it. I mean, the animation style in Cuphead is just amazing. I love it. It's so nostalgic for me. Reminds me so much of those early like Merry Melodies cartoons from like the 30s and 40s. John Streckert, happy Saturday to you, my friend. You had to give up on Cuphead? Maybe I'll just keep watching playthroughs. Slowpoke's the master of Cuphead. Oh my goodness. Couple hundred hours. That's wild. Has anyone ever seen a squid in real life? Other than like as food? Like a live squid? Malamar right now? Okay, I mean, that's a fair answer. You're more into PvP these days. John, it has not been announced, John, but on Thursday there was an official video release on the Pokemon YouTube channel all about Malamar, including the Pokemon Legends ZA end slate. And apparently there's a follow-up video this upcoming Wednesday, so one can make a probably pretty educated guess on what that video is going to be about. But no, nothing's been confirmed, and that's why this stream is not called Mega Malamar. It's just called My Friend Malamar, because that's what the video was all about, was our friend Malamar. And I just kind of wanted to hunt it. No shiny. All right, in a couple of minutes here, we're going to open up some packs and all that. We're going to open up 3 packs of cards today. It was going to be 4, but I forgot that I opened packs on stream, and I opened one this morning. I did get the base card Slugma, though, which I needed, so that was exciting. And for anyone that didn't see yesterday, because I made it all about me and made a big deal out of it and pinged everyone in the Discord last night. If you didn't see that, I did get this card yesterday, which I was very happy about. Thank you, John. Yeah. If you guys didn't see, I got this last night. I'm very excited. How beautiful is that? Shiny Mew EX. Gorgeous card. Thank you, Matthew. John, how was your week? Thank you, Red Eye. Such a great looking card. Just like you, Jerry. You're a great looking card. Yeah, and then Mewtwo ended up getting it earlier today. Stealing my thunder. Hey, great looking card. Started reading a little of Avengers West Coast. Sweet. Honestly, I haven't cracked my copy open yet. I read most of those issues. Not all of them. Some of the issues in that book are going to be new to me. But I read the majority of that book via individual issues. About maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, I picked up a big chunk of Avengers West Coast, including the Vision Quest stuff. I'm looking forward to rereading it, plus all the issues like around that time that I hadn't read yet. I mean, I looked through it, obviously. I love the artwork. Don't forget about the chores that are related to your pets. That's a good reminder, Tyler. You love the illustrations? Good, I'm glad you do. How many shiny Pokemon have I gotten from a space-time distortion? Tyler, I gotta be honest, I think I've gotten 0. I have no recollection of getting a shiny in a space-time distortion. It's possible that I could have, and it wasn't anything too interesting or exciting. I certainly know I haven't gotten anything cool, like one of the fossils, or like the Porygon, or the regular Sneasel. Something that's like only in the space-time distortion. I don't think I've gotten that. You got one, and it's Eevee. Oh, that's a good one to get. Mia, you've never gotten one either? Yeah, it was bad enough trying to just get the non-shiny Shieldons that I needed to complete the Pokedex and the research. Moon Knight looks insane. Oh, I love Moon Knight. He looks great in the comics. You're sure pretty less than 5% of your shinies in PLA were random ones, 90% of them were outbreaks? Too difficult to play, survive during distortion. I've heard a great strategy on that is like if you see a shiny in a space-time distortion, instead of like trying to chuck balls and everything, get into a battle, and then if there's multiple Pokemon in the battle, take out the other ones, obviously, and then just keep trying to catch it from within the battle instead of trying to overworld catch it, because eventually the space-time distortion is going to end. But if you're in the middle of a battle when the space-time distortion ends, like the Pokemon won't disappear; it'll still be there until the battle's over. Which like makes complete logical sense, but it's something that I never would have thought of. Like I'm totally the guy that like I'm running around just chucking balls, like hoping I catch it. I never thought about, well, if I enter a battle, that's going to give me more time to try and catch it. You pog off if you got something like a Unova Sneasel or even a Scissor from a space-time distortion. Unova Sneasel, that would be pretty crazy. But no, that would be awesome, Tyler. That'd be really cool. You got a shiny Cranidos? What? That's lucky. I was so happy when they added the DLC with the massive mass outbreaks, which included the starter Pokemon, because prior to that, the only way you could see the starter Pokemon in the wild was in space-time distortions. and I was like crying in my brain, in my brain eyes. I was crying thinking about having to hunt those in space-time distortions. And then I end up having to rehunt all of them in Scarlet Violet anyway, so I can get them in Premier Balls. You need Pogo to complete your PLA decks because of the stupid fossils. I didn't have a problem with Cranidos, but Shieldon was miserable. I did so many space-time distortions with 0 Shieldon. And I think you need to catch... I can't remember what it was for the research. It wasn't anything like... It wasn't anything crazy like on paper. I think it was just like 5, maybe 10, but probably like 5. Like you have to catch 5. But that took me so long. Miss being able to reset the same outbreak with different results though. Yeah. No, I do miss being able to like, save and go after it over and over again. You have such a hatred for Cranidos and PLA. Why is always the last Pokemon you get in a playthrough you do of PLA? It's pure torture. That's wild because like there's no like you know, there's not different versions of PLA. We were all playing the same PLA, but for me, Tyler, it was the opposite. It was Shieldon. Cranidos I had no problem with. Shieldon was the one that was that for me. But the way that it's described, it's almost like there were 2 versions that we didn't even know about. Man, YouTube is really not pushing out my content today. Like, at all. But thankfully, we have amazing people here to talk to. Yeah, last week was a really good weekend. Last week we got a lot of views. We got a lot of new people. I mean, last weekend on Saturday we had about 1,000 views. Sunday we had like 1.6 thousand. Monday we had like 3.2 thousand. And right now we're sitting at 124. But we do have the greatest people on the YouTube hanging out here in the chat right now. That's what matters. Shieldon's super common for you, but Cranidos is like trying to find a Piplup starter in BDSP. That's wild. That's so crazy. Woo! Humpty Grumpy, you're here, and that's what I care about. Thank you for hanging out. Anyone got any fun plans today? I think I'm going to watch some Battlestar Galactica. Still haven't gotten a shiny Cyndaquil in PLA despite the fact it's available in Massive Outbreaks. I think Cyndaquil was the easiest one for me when the Massive Outbreaks came out. That one I got fairly quickly, and then after that it was the Oshawott. Oshawott wasn't too bad. The Rowlet took me forever. It took me forever to get 3 Rowlet. 1, finding the Rowlet outbreaks, and then 2, being lucky enough to get a shiny Rowlet to show up in the outbreaks. Help the wife go through some of her clothes to donate. Super excited for it because laundry will be so much easier. Jerry, make sure you leave some clothes for her. At least a week's worth of clothes, Jerry. Leave that for her. No fun today, just working. Been working 6 days a week pretty much since April. Yikes. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Does it look like it's going to be like that for the foreseeable future too? Let's take this up to 500. Then we're going to open up some packs and play our games. Yeah, leave some clothes. Just remember, anything more than 7 outfits is excessive. You hit a lull around mid-November to February. Okay, all right. So I mean, it's still a little bit of ways, but relatively speaking, you're kind of in the tail end of it now. She has too many clothes. You did laundry on Tuesday and surprisingly grabbed nothing of yours. You have to do it again today. Oh my goodness. You're going to purge all of them. Yeah, you're in the home stretch. The home stretch of like 2 months. 9 weeks. Final 9 weeks. This actually is a really cool shiny. I do like this shiny a lot. Even though, like, I wouldn't say the colors are very vibrant. It's kind of, not muted, but it's kind of... They're not really attractive colors, are they? With the kind of like brownish, tannish, yellowish... They aren't the most attractive colors, but it's such a complete change. It's actually a really cool shiny. This shade of green, better than the dragon. Yeah, kind of earth tone. That's a good way of putting it, Red Eye. Very earth tone. I don't know what Pokeball would look good for this. I'm actually kind of leaning towards an Ultra Ball. Nest Ball, you think? Yeah, I could see Nest Ball. I could see Nest Ball, especially with the yellow. It's a lot of Nest Ball Pokemon that we've done lately. Ultra Ball be sweet. Moon Ball. You just want me to catch everything in a Moon Ball, Jerry. I can't catch everything in a Moon Ball. Luxury, maybe? Luxury would be decent. Moonball replica. I hope Rihanna is out there enjoying her Moonball replica that she got in the giveaway at Christmas. You want me to catch everything in a luxury ball? Why? Why do you want me to catch everything in a luxury ball? Jerry. Why? Switch 2 loads so much faster than the Switch. Oh, the official Moonball replica. Yeah, those are too expensive for me. I'd love to get the Premier Ball, but I can't justify spending that much. Because it matches my lifestyle. That's hilarious. You have the Beast Ball? That's cool. Yeah, I like those. I can't. I can't. Use luxury balls for everything, but there's times when you wish you picked a ball with a better catch rate. Hey, same with Premier Ball. I think they're both the same catch rate, aren't they? How easy your life would be if you picked the Dust Ball, right? What does my character look like in PLA? My character in PLA is wearing a tan suit and has the the Hisuian Zorua mask. Yeah, same catch rate. All right, let's open up some packs. We're gonna open up a few packs, see if we can get some cards. Well, I think we will get some cards. But I'll see you over there. Hi, this is where we open up card packs. Let's do that now. Catch special shinies and Premier Ball. Nice. Am I missing any immersives? So many immersives, John. So many. I'm missing Palkia, Dialga, Giratina, Arceus, Guzma, Buzzwole. I think that's it. There's a Poliwag. There's a Sunflora. There's a Frillish. There's a Swablu, and there's a Jellicent. Hefty's TCG Corner, that's right. Character's outfit is the clothing and hair Volo has on the last fight against him. Then you also have a monocle on. Nice. Yeah, reactional cards. Giratina was too common for you. Yeah, lucky you. Lucky you. I feel like everyone got the Giratina immersive except for me. Back two, we got Doug Trio, Fletchling, Skrelp, Dynamo, and ooh, Crustle. That's actually a new card for me. I take it. So now I need 9 more base cards. Make your free pack openings Diamond and Pearl packs. All my pack openings are free. I don't spend money on my packs. All right, third and final pack. Let's get some last pack luck. You don't have any dupes of reactionals. Oh yeah, I did get the Ho-Oh too. I forgot. I did get the Ho-Oh. I need the Lugia. Tentacool, Seviper, Poliwhirl, Dynamo, and oh baby, my second gold card ever. Nice. Finally, second gold card. I take it. Mantike's a gold card. Why? I have no idea, Jerry. I have no idea. So yeah, this is actually the first set ever where I have both the immersive and the reaction, the immersive and the reactional, both the immersive and the gold. John, you'll get one day. You just gotta believe. Let's see here. Is that reaction? Okay, yeah. Okay, so here's the 9 immersives I have. You can see I have 4 Charizard, 2 Mewtwo's, 2 Celebes, 2 Lilies, 2 Eevees, and 2 Suicunes. Mantikes are up there with Pokeball, which is the other gold card I have. My 2 gold cards are Mantike and the Pokeball. I actually got the gold immersive of the Pokemon 2 sets in a row, none since. That's crazy. Oh, you know what? Thanks to Anne-Marie's trade, Anne-Marie, I don't know if you're still out there, but thanks to the trade you gave me with the Shaman, I just got 12 more Hourglasses. Let's open up a 4th pack. So this pack is brought to you by Anne-Marie. Zorua, Slugma, Sunkern, Miltank, and Celebi. Come on, Anne-Marie. You can do better than that. All right, that's it for that. Let's get back to the hunt. I'll see you over there. Okay, let's get back to the hunt. While you guys play everyone's favorite hefty stream game, Guess the Pokemon Plush, in which you guess the Pokemon plush that's sitting right in front of me, right here, right below the camera. You can't see it. Actually, it's right here, below the camera. I'm touching it right now. What Pokemon did I just touch? It's not Inkay, although I would love an Inkay and Malamar sitting cutie. Hashtag wishlist. Not Mantike, not Malamar, not Latios. You don't know any more Pokemon? That's fair. You did name the 2 main ones, Razzie. Inkay and Latios are the 2 ones everyone knows. You're feeling Whismur today. Leave Whismur alone. Not Slowpoke, not Fennekin, not Charmander, not Torkoal, not Slack Off. Not Shuckle. Not Unknown H. Good shout, though, Razzie. Good shout. See, Razzie's a real one. Razzie's been around long enough that he knows I actually do own an Unknown H. Not Lugia, not Froakie, not Levani, not Talon Flambe. Not Squirt Duck, not Piplup, not Bunnelby. Not Cast Form. Razzie, you know my plushes too well. It's actually it's starting to freak me out a little bit. Not Umbreon, not Aggron, not Infernape, not Chimchar. Do you guys want a clue? I will give you an Airy approved clue. I tried to go outside my wheelhouse with the clues, and I got in so much trouble with Airy. Not Hisuian, Zorua, not Tepig. Here is your clue. Some of you have Some of you have named fire type Pokemon, and that is good because this is a fire type Pokemon. Not Trico, not Giratina. Not Houndour, not Magmortar, not Litten. Not Sizzlipede, not Torchic. I almost picked Torchic today, and then I didn't. Not Houndoom. I'd like a Sizzlipede plush. Not Cyndaquil, not Combuskin, not Camerupt. Not Cyndaquil, not Emboar. Not Moltres, not Flareon. Not Ponyta. What is up with YouTube? Razzie, you literally typed Ponyta, and YouTube hid that message. Not Scorbunny, not Talonflambe. Not Chi-Yu. YouTube's getting really weird with the Insta hides. Yeah, they upped their held message policy. It's very bizarre. Not Fletchinder. Not Arcanine. You guys want a second hint? It's not Megcargo. Not Heatran. Here's your second hint. This Pokemon has a shiny, and I have that shiny. Not Hisuian Growlithe, not Charizard, not Carkol, not Growlithe. Great hint. I actually got the shiny on stream. All right, the real hint is it is a Gen 9 Pokemon. Not Ninetales, not Blaziken. Not Torchic, not Vulpix. But John Struckert, Slowpoke, and Razzie all coming in at virtually the same time. It is, in fact, Fuecoco. His little mouth. He's got 3 teeths. 3 whole teeths. Imagine eating 3 teeth. Or imagine having 3 teeth. Imagine eating with 3 teeth. And he's got his wedge of cheese on his stomach. One of the Golden Trio, that's right. He's got his little his hair things. He's got some more cheese slices on his back. Best chomper. The answer was staring at you the whole time in Squishmallow form. I have yet to buy any of the Squishmallows. I would like to have one, but I also feel like if I were to get one, I would then want to get all of them. Good job. Good job, John, Slowpoke, and Razzie. You were next to your Fuecoco plush. That was the exact plush. Nice. Yeah, this is when the Pokemon Center came out with the 3 starters. These are not technically sitting cuties. They're the bigger, regular size plushes. Although he is still kind of sitting. Or standing. I don't know. I don't know. It confuses me. When you have a tail that's touching the ground, it always confuses me if you're standing or sitting. Because it kind of feels like you can rest on it. Punisher. Razzie wants to jump right into the next and final game. This is Guess the Marvel Superhero. It is not Punisher. I wish it was. The Punisher Epic Collections are so freaking expensive. You were today's years old when you realized, at least in Gen 6, no guard hits Mons in the first phase of a two-phase move like Dig. Does it really, Matthew? I didn't know that either. Not Moon Knight, not Angela, not Doctor Strange. I did hear about Angela coming to Rivals. I think everyone's all abuzz about that. That's pretty neat. Not Doctor Strange, not Moon Knight, not Angela. I do have the first appearance of Angela, though, both in Spawn and when she first appeared in the Marvel Comics after the character was sold. Not Obnoxio the Clown. I wish I had X-Men versus Obnoxio the Clown. I don't have a copy of that, and Ken keeps bragging about it. You heard a rumor of Rogue and Gambit coming next season. Big if true. That would be big if true. Not Guardians of the Galaxy. This Marvel character first appeared in 1964. Not Iron Man, not Colossus, not the Amazing Spider-Man. Jerry, you were off by like a whole decade. Not Thor. Yeah. Not Captain America, which is 1941. Not Captain Planet, but Jerry coming in with Daredevil. That is the correct answer. It is Daredevil. This is Daredevil Volume 8. To Dare the Devil. I'm excited about this one for a couple reasons. One, this one literally just came out this week. It just came out on Tuesday. This is Volume 8, all the Daredevil comics from 1978 to 1981. If y'all have ever heard the name Frank Miller, responsible for such things as Dark Knight Rises, Sin City, 300. This is when Frank Miller took over Daredevil. This is the beginning of his run as both the artist and writer. This is where Daredevil went from kind of like a Timu Spider-Man to a real awesome character. The artwork is just... I'm trying to find a good page here. The artwork's fantastic. Yeah, this is actually the first issue where Frank Miller took over both the writing and the artwork. Became a lot more like hard-boiled crime stuff. This is when like Kingpin became a Daredevil villain. He had historically been a Spider-Man villain. It's got some cool stuff here. Here's a fight between Bullseye and Black Widow. You can kind of tell like the grittiness of the artwork. Like it's not all happy sunshine stuff. Let's see here. Actually, I take that back. 158, the issue I showed you, was when he took over as the artist. The actual issue where he took over the writing as well was issue 168, which also had the first appearance of Elektra. Elektra, whose name is misspelled on the cover of her first appearance. I never saw the second Sin City movie. I just saw the first one. Yeah, here she is, showing up, beating up Daredevil. And then, let me see here. Kingpin pops up here in a second. I always like this cover, too. Look at this awesome Bullseye cover. Love it. Yeah, here's the first time Daredevil and the Kingpin kind of went head-to-head. That's when he became a real Daredevil villain. Arguably one of the greatest. Oh, look at this beautiful cover. Look at that cover. That is gorgeous. We would not have the Daredevil TV show and, honestly, the Ben Affleck movie if it wasn't for the Frank Miller Daredevil run. So, there we go. Good job, Johto Jerry. All right, let's see if we can find this shiny. We're gonna stream for another hour. Yeah, in the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, yeah, Michael Clark Duncan played, or is it Michael Clark Duncan? Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan played the Kingpin and did a pretty good job. Good stuff. Thank you, Arazi. I couldn't remember if his name was Michael Clark Duncan or Michael Duncan Clark. I don't like it when people have 3 first names. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. The way the Epic Collections work is, you know, over the course of time, they'll release like the entire series in Epic Collection form, but they start with the stuff that typically hasn't been reprinted that much. So because the Frank Miller run is so popular and has been collected so many times, they've literally released every other Daredevil Epic Collection other than the Frank Miller run. And now we're at the point where there's nothing left to release except for Frank Miller. So that's exciting. Over the course of the next couple of years, they'll release the entire run, which is pretty neat. All the way from this one with First Elektra through and including Daredevil Born Again, which is the name of, if not the inspiration for, the most recent season of Daredevil. The most recent season of Daredevil was good. I enjoyed it, but they really got to stop doing this thing where they name Marvel movies or shows after a very popular storyline from the comics that has absolutely nothing to do with the storyline of the comics. It's just it's clickbait. It's the movie and TV version of clickbait. They've been doing that for years, like back Avengers Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron was a 2011 storyline in the comics? No, 2013. A 2013 storyline in the comics. It did include Ultron, as you can imagine, but that's pretty much where the similarities ended between the comic story and the movie. And to be honest, the movie was better than the comic book storyline. The comic story was not good. They left out Hank. I know. You know what's wild, though, Humpty? When Age of Ultron first came out and they made it so that Tony was the one responsible for Ultron, I was like, come on, give some respect to Hank. You know, that was a Hank Pym creation. But they did it so organically in the movies that sometimes I got to remind myself that Tony didn't create Ultron. Which, I don't know, I guess as a comic fan is kind of embarrassing to say, but I think it really speaks to the movies. There was a period of time where the changes they made in the movies made some sense. Nowadays, I don't think the changes they make a lot of sense. But yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, Ultron was actually created by Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man. Michael Douglas. What's going on, Dragonic? Welcome back in. Thank you all for hanging out with me. This is wild. The average view duration has been increasing, which means that you guys are just hanging out and hanging out and hanging out and not leaving, which means so much to me. I appreciate you guys chilling here on a Saturday morning, keeping me company. No luck on the calamari. No luck. Ultron was perfected by Robert California. It was definitely an interesting voice actor choice. Definitely gave him a lot of personality. He's an old James Spader. Which will shine, top switch or bottom switch? Good question. What do you guys think? Which Malamar will shine first, the top switch or the bottom switch? John Struckert is going with bottom. Ultron was like, let's jump in the pool. Dragonic's also going bottom. Mermaid Mia's going top. Red Eye's going bottom. I don't know if it makes a difference to anybody, but just the interest of transparency or clarification or what have you. The top switch is a switch. The bottom one is a switch too. I don't know if that affects anyone's choices, but there we go. Top one, switch OLED. Bottom one, switch 2. Hefty is great. Chem Nation, you're not so bad yourself. Happy Saturday. Hope you're doing well. Both at the same time. Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy. Don't end up on the blacklist. Yep. 29 likes. Thank you all so much for the 29 likes. So, Cam, they have not announced a Mega Malamar. That has not been a thing. They did have that video on Thursday all about Malamar, though. So I thought it'd be fun to hunt for it just as something to do. If it does get a Mega, though, if it does, and I'm saying it will, but if it does, Cam, right below the sub count is an artist's rendition of what a Mega Malamar might look like. In case you're wondering what that bizarre GIF is on the screen, you know, it's obviously not a current existing Pokemon, but that is an artist rendition of what a Mega Malamar may look like. Yeah, Mewtwo is the artist. You're doing soft recess for Giratina and BDSP. You're at 110. I hope you get it quickly, Dragonic. That is a hunt that I respect the heck out of. And I will probably never do. Y'all remember when I was seriously considering hunting Latios and Latios and BDSP for the Mega Challenge? Because that's how badly I did not want to do Dynamax Adventures. Thank God for being able to stream my 3DS. Still need to finish Heracross and Sword and Shield. John, shh. Why you bring that up? I do need to do that. Oh my goodness gracious. There it be on the top. I believe Mermaid Mia was the only one to call the top, and you were right. And they give Malamar's head tentacles look like arms and legs. It looks like his body is a hat. What are you talking about? That's exactly what it is. Holy potatoes. Was not expecting to get it today. 575 checks. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. Look how beautiful it is, though. Seriously, it's a great shiny. I'm not going to say, like, it's the best shiny in the world, but I do think this is one of the shinies that's kind of overlooked. I'm not even going to say underrated. I'm going to say overlooked. I don't think a lot of people pay attention to this one. You were here, Matthew. You sure were. Now on to Heracross. I don't know what you're talking about, John. Where is this mega concept image? You mean like where did I get it from? I got it from Mewtwo. He created it, and then I put it on the screen. You enjoy it heavily? I think it's great. Where can you see it? It's right here. It's right underneath the sub count. That's the artist's rendition of a Mega Malamar. Sag Heracross in the Obsidian Fieldlands? No, I specifically have to do it in Sword and Shield, Matthew. We do have the Heracross for the challenge, but I gave up on the Sword and Shield static Heracross at 5,000 checks. And so John's holding me to it that I still have to finish that hunt, even though I don't need it. All right, let's do this thing. Let's Thunderwave it. You know what? I'm going to get back in this game so we at least have some music playing. Cam, don't you think it's a clever idea? Like, the whole thing with Inkay and Malamar is that the Inkay, when it evolves, like, you know, you got to, like, hold like, you have to be upside down to evolve it. And the Malamar is like an upside down squid. So wouldn't it be clever? It'd be very Dunsparce-ish if a Mega Malamar was just a flipped Malamar, so it's actually right side up again. I think it was clever. I was scared to be another Regitato. Yes, I was, and I was honestly afeared that we would still be hunting the Heracross when ZA came out. Mewtwo, I thought it was brilliant. You brought your A game today. 13,134 sub recess for Shiny Dialga and BD. It took 4 months to get. Yeah, I still can't believe that. That's crazy. I'm so happy you finally got it, though. All right, let's see. What Pokeballs do we have here? So, we do have 8 Nest Balls. We got 40 Ultra Balls. We got 1 Moon Ball. We got 1... How do I have 1 Luxury Ball? We would need Mega to Dunsparce with 1 extra segment. That would be hilarious. Alright, I'm really torn between the Nest Ball and the Ultra Ball. Alright, here's what we're going to do. 1 Luxury Ball and no eggs in your fridge, I bet. You're correct, Razzie. I have 0 eggs in my fridge. Let's end poll. Looks like Malamar won that poll. Let's start a new poll. We'll let this go for a minute. All right, we got a poll going. We'll let this run for a minute. You like Razzy's profile picture? He is a handsome fellow. He is. He is a very handsome fellow. All right, we got throw the one luxury for funsies winning. I didn't think this through. I did not think this through. Because what if I throw the one luxury for funsies and it breaks out? Then what do I do? Kind of looks like the guy Chem Nation. That's true. I do have one beast ball. Don't you hate it when you wake up and your pajamas are all twisted up? Oh, I do. I do. Then you IDK. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Razzie. That clarifies it. Oh my god, it's the shiny. That's right, Anne-Marie. It is the shiny 575. Also, Anne-Marie, I opened up the pocket packs, and after I opened up the 3 I said I was going to open, I noticed that because of the shaman that you sent me, Anne-Marie, I completed a research that gave me 12 more hourglasses. So I opened up a 4th pack. And there was nothing in there. Where's the standard Pokeball option? That's IDK. IDK would be a standard Pokeball option. Then you run away, get more luxury balls, then start the hunt over. Oh my gosh, Jerry. That would be miserable. Alright, I think it's pretty obvious who's winning. Pretty obvious. I'm going to throw a luxury ball, and then I'm going to throw a nest ball. No one liked my Ultra Ball idea. I thought Ultra Ball was a pretty nice choice. But let's throw the one luxury and then hope if it doesn't catch the luxury, we get it in the 8 nest balls I have. Here we go, luxury ball. Okay, there we go. One luxury ball. That's all it took. We got a luxury ball Malamar. Let's get some nature guesses in the chat. What nature do y'all think it is? Humpty, you did call it. Crit capture is always nice. Seriously, YouTube, you need to calm down. It is literally a crime to hide Anne-Marie's messages. Crit capture. Yeah, got lucky with that. Because remember, in this gen, critical capture throw does not mean you actually are going to capture it. It's just an increased chance. It can still pop out. We got sassy, naughty. We got modest, sassy, timid, serious, calm, quirky. Your wife was watching this respect in sports video, and in the example, the belligerent parent was named Jerry. I've never met a Jerry that wasn't a jerk. That's why they both begin with J. Not. Why? This isn't a game. This isn't a game, Halfly. People can say whatever they want. We got modest. We got calm. What did you say that YouTube didn't like? Naughty. It didn't like that you said naughty, Anne-Marie. But that's okay. Razzie had a message hidden that literally just said Ponyta. Thank you, Sito. Alright, I'm going to go with modest on this. I'm with Red Eye Jedi. I'm going to go modest. And I'm going to sneeze as well. Bless me. That's because it was Razzie, though? That could be. Thank you, thank you, thank you all for the blessings. Alright, let's see what we got here. That was a good sneeze. Thank you, Mewtwo. I've been practicing. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Alright, it is. Relax. It's a relaxed Malamar. No one said relax, I don't think. Doesn't look like anyone said relax. Blissy you. Thank you, Moonmaker. But now, let's see if it's got a mark. Does it have a mark? It does not. It does not. So, Dragonite remains the only one that we've got in Sword and Shield that has a mark. And that was Dragonite the Radiant. Which is pretty awesome.
Sweet. Yeah, Amory, I do feel like marks are a lot rarer in this game. That's a good looking shiny. I'm happy with that. And look at me jumping on the topical train. You like that, Razzie? You like how I made a stream based off of something that's currently happening in the community? Intense Mark and Grimer the other night. Nice. I even made a thumbnail. I worked ahead, or not ahead, I worked hard for 8 minutes on my thumbnail. Head of the game now. Could you imagine it? Stop saying that. No, Razzie, it doesn't have anything to do with you. I constantly seek your validation and approval. So I need to know specifically from you if you're proud of me. Looks like Malamar likes me too. That's right, Mewtwo. I like my friend Malamar. I like him. He likes me. Actually, is it a him or a her? I didn't even notice. It is a him. Now what? That's a great question, Amory. That's a great question. I'm not sure if you guys have been able to pick up on this, but for the last few minutes, ever since it's shown, I've kind of been vamping a little bit. I've kind of been just wasting time and saying things because I wasn't sure. This is kind of an odd period. We've been streaming for 3 hours now, but I started early. So I've been trying to figure out in my head if I start something else or if I end stream. I think what we're going to do is, first off, I'm going to heal up. Because I haven't healed my team in like 6 shinies. They need to be healed. It's a cookie from Pepperidge Farms. What? I like cookies. I think just to waste some more time, I'm snorting stuff? No. What? No, you did not hear right. I didn't even say anything that closely sounds like snorting. What? I said I've been vamping. Can does vamping sound like snorting? You need to get your ears checked. I don't want John Strecker to be mad at me. It's a type of cookie. Well, yeah, I mean, I know Pepperidge Farm cookies. I don't quite see it with Malamar, but I'll take your word on it. I haven't eaten a Pepperidge Farm cookie in a long time. I don't want John Strucker to be mad at me, so maybe we'll just hunt for Heracross for the remainder of the stream. I think I need it to be a sunny day. See how I bend over backwards for you, John? Bob Switch, I'll set that one up too. Dragonic, I'll set that one up for a Heracross hunt as well. Or no, I won't. I won't because, oh no! Oh no! We can't hunt for it on the top. We can only hunt on, for it on the bottom. I forgot, that's a version exclusive. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna set 2 hunts. That's silly. That's silly talk. So we'll just do 1 hunt. Let's get rid of Torchic. And put in Heracross. I forgot. That's part of why it was such a grueling hunt. Is that we can only single hunt it. Alright. So let's say there's a no silly talk stream, that's right. Are there any Pokemon you think might be a lock for new Mega, like any starters or anything? I could speculate, but that's all it would be is speculation. I mean, I think the easiest speculation I could make, and I can't say speculation enough, so I'll say speculation one more time, would be Chikorita, Totodile, and Tepig. Yeah, that's I think those are the most likely. Speculation one more time, once is never enough. Yeah, yeah. I speculate. I speculate that it is possible. Actually, you know what? I do need to use the top switch for a second. Because I'm going to just stand over where this spawned in. Alright, so let's see. Give me a second, guys. This will just take a second to set up because I only need to set up one switch, which is good. I mean, not like we're going to run off a whole bunch of people today. All the people that I've been watching the stream today have been hanging out and relaxing, which is pretty awesome. All right, so you stand right there. Okay. So let's go change the day. And this one, can someone do me a favor and look up Heracross's moveset real quick? I have a great community and Chem. This is true. Those are two equally awesome but completely separate things that I have. Is a great community and Chem. Those are two wonderful but not related things I have. But yeah, someone could look up Heracross and moveset for me. I'd appreciate it. I want to say it does have like double edge or something like that. Started watching Chem 3 years ago on this day? No way! You went back and watching, you definitely didn't say anything like that. Okay, thank you. What level is it? I believe it's level 60. So it'll be level 60, Gen 8. Okay, now let's see if I did this right. Oh, I gotta put the counter back up and everything. I don't even have a counter. Ugh. Close Combat, Mega Horn, Swords Dance, and Thrash. Okay, Thrash is the issue. Okay, that's what it was. Thrash is the issue. So, crap, I already saved. Dang it. I already saved. That's okay. That's okay. All right, hold on. I gotta do something real quick here. Don't pay attention to this. Okay, we should be good now. Let's see if we're good. Yep, we're good. Okay. Awesome. Awesome sauce. All right, this is for you, John Streckert. I promised the channel that I would eventually finish off the Heracross hunt. So that's what we're going to do for the rest of the stream. And I got on this reset. I'm going to check my team. I'm pretty sure I have a ghost type on this team. I'm pretty sure I have Chandelure. Haunt me with Reggie Tatoes, exactly. Okay, yep, I have a Chandelure and Trevenant and Marowak. I got 3 ghosts, actually. So this is perfect. Okay, we're golden. We're golden. So what we'll do is, when the shiny shows up, we'll Thunder Wave it. We'll switch into Marowak. If it used Thrash, we will wait until the post-Thrash Confusion ends. Then we will False Swipe it, and then we'll be golden. Yeah. I'll just use Swords Dance in the meantime. If it doesn't use Thrash, then we'll just False Swipe it. And this is going to go, I believe, in a Heal Ball. I think I have enough Heal Balls. So anyone got any good plans for the weekend? Anybody up to anything today or tomorrow? Is there anything going on in Pogo this weekend? I mean, there's always something going on, but is there anything like I would care about going on? Doesn't Thrash still confuse the opponent if it's used on a ghost type? Thrash will confuse if it hits. So Thrash will hit 3 turns in a row and then confuse. If it hits my Absol, then even though I switch into the ghost type, yes, it will confuse itself after the 3rd turn. But it has to hit at least once. So if I switch in to a ghost type and it starts a new round of Thrash, if none of the Thrashes hit, it won't be confused. People going while Pokemoning, right? Mega Sharpedo Raid Day, that's right, that's right. At 8:10, John, you're ahead of me now. You are ahead of me. I do still have some Pokemon I need to evolve in, I think, Sword and Shield. But let me see where I'm at. I did just transfer in a Venonat, a Doduo, and a Tandemaus the other day. The Doduo I have to evolve into a Dodrio. And I got my Tinglu yesterday. You finally put your Shundo Carvana to use. Nice. I'm at 795. 795 right now. But I probably still have about 10 I need to evolve. But even if I evolve the 10, you're definitely ahead of me now, John. For Gen 1, I need to evolve the Doduo. I need to evolve a Goldeen. I need to get a Ditto. And I need an Articuno, Zapdos, and Mewtwo. For Gen 2, I need Igglybuff and Togepi. I need a Heracross. I need a Corsola. I need a Skarmory. I need a Tyro, Jinx, Elekid, and Magby. I need all 3 of the legendary beasts. For Gen 3, I need an Azurill, a Spinda, a Zangoose, a Solrock. I need to evolve a Feebas. I need a Tropius. I need a Relicanth. And then I need Latios, Latios, Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. Gen 4, I need a Chimecho, a Mime Jr., a Munchlax, and a Riolu. I need a Mantike. I need to evolve Magmar into Magmortar. I need to evolve Gligar into Gliscor. I need a Rotom. I need a Uxie. I need a Mesprit. I need a Heatran. And I need a Cresselia. For Gen 5, I need a Sigilif. I need to evolve a Caracosta. I need to evolve a Tortuga into Caracosta. I need to evolve LGM into Beheeyem. I need to evolve Vullaby into Mandibuzz. I need a Heatmor. I need a Larvesta and a Volcarona. Gen 6, I need Honedge, Aegislash, or Honedge, Doublade, Aegislash. I need a Hawlucha. And I need Yveltal and Zygarde. And then a whole bunch for Gen 7, a whole bunch for Gen 8, a whole bunch for Gen 9 that I'm not going to get into. If you evolve everything, maybe 850, 860. Dang! Dragonic, you're at 392 at 394 in the Paldea Shiny Dex. It's been a while since we talked about Paldea, Dragonic. Remind me, what are the last two you need? This is so much slower just single hunting it. Oh, Mewtwo, are you talking about... What are you talking about? Are you talking about shinies? What's the 850 to 860? What is that? Oh, okay. All right. Nice. That's a really good number. I was talking about Pokemon registered in home specifically for Pokemon Go. John Strecker and I have an absolutely crazy idea that I don't recommend anyone doing because it's so silly. We're trying to register every Pokemon in Pokemon Home from Pokemon Go that you can. Kind of like how when you do that for the Switch games, you get the shiny Meloetta or Keldeo or Enamorus or the other one. John and I are just absolute masochistic crazies. And we're trying to complete the Go Dex. 831 the Dex, maybe 300, 400 Chinese. Okay, nice. Yeah, the vast majority of the stuff that I need to register from Pokemon Go are either egg exclusives, like egg babies, or legendaries. Your buddy traded you a Comfey the other week for the Go Home Dex. Hard regional to get. Oh, you're so lucky. Yeah, there are a bunch of regionals I need too. I have all the Gen 1 regionals. But I need a bunch of the other regionals. And what's really frustrating is there was a few either regionals or exclusives or what have you that were in events a couple months prior to me starting this challenge. So had I started earlier, I could be further along. But no, like I think there was like a Ditto event not too long before I started this. There was the Gen 4 Go Fest, which had some Pokemon that I still haven't been able to register since. Going to the UK in 2 weeks, you'll be able to get a stone journey there. Aw, you're so lucky, John. I need to travel. I need to get my passport. I did finally get my real ID back like 2 days before my birthday. I got my real ID, so at least that's done. Now I just got to get my passport. I'll never forget the day I got my real ID. It was in the midst of all the problems I was having medically, and I had to get to the DMV an hour before they opened in order to get in line. And because of my medical issues, I really had to pee. And I was venting in Shiny Stream about that. That like I was so uncomfortable because I really had to pee, but it was still like another 20 minutes until the DMV opened. And Shiny's brilliant advice to me was, why don't you just pee in the street? So if you're out there, Shinies, thanks again for that amazing advice. It was very helpful. Totally made the whole situation better. Getting the DMV was a nightmare. Yeah, exactly, John. Like I went one day, like they opened at 8, and I went one day like right at 8, and there was already like 30 people in line to get in. So the next day I went and got there an hour early, and I was the 5th person in line. Yeah, 3.5 million. I saw that. Kind of wild. So the first one, Wochien, we did over 6 million raids. The second one, Chien Pao, we did over 5 million. No. Chien Pao was 5, I thought. Ting Lu was 3.5, which was a lot less. I'm pretty sure I thought Chien Pao was over 5. I could be wrong, Dragonic. It has happened once or twice. You're at the DMV for 2 hours getting your real ID on a random Thursday. Like, don't people work? You know what, Anne-Marie, though? I don't know when you got yours, and I'm not going to imply anything about you. I'm only going to talk about myself. I know that I could have gotten the real ID at any point in the last couple of years. And, of course, I waited until after the start date, after the deadline, and 2 days before my current driver's license expired. So I'm sure there were a lot of people that were in similar situations. So I can complain all I want about having to wait, so long in line, but it was partially my own fault for waiting so long to get it done in the first place. I'm sure if I did it like last year, it would have been easy. But my thought was, hey, I paid $35 for this license. They're not going to scam me out of paying for another one before my 4 years is up. They locked the doors after closing time and still had to wait on all those people. Oh my gosh. You love that logic, right, Jerry? Like, I paid $35 4 years ago for this driver's license I have. I'm getting my full 4 years out of it before I pay for another one. They're so slow. Thankfully, my DMV has gotten a lot better over the years. Like back in my 20s and 30s, they were super slow. But the last few times I've been there, the last probably 3 licenses I've been there, they've actually been pretty good. Like the longest part has actually been waiting in line. Like once you, at my DMV, like once you get up and talk to people, like they go super quick. And maybe I'm just lucky. The people I've talked to at the DMV have actually been pretty nice people. They're weirdos. They're absolute weirdos, but they're nice. Yours doesn't expire until 2031 or something stupid, so you had to do it for flying this December anyway. Whoa! Anne-Marie, how long do driver's licenses last in New York State? How frequently do you have to renew your driver's license? a while depending on age. That's crazy. In Pennsylvania, you have to have it renewed every 4 years. And then I don't know if that changes once you like hit a certain age, if it's more frequently. But just standard driving, every 4 years you have to get it renewed. Quaxley Evolution and Dracloak and Dragapult. Dang, that's really good, Dragonic. I still got to rehunt the Gen 9 starters in Premier Balls. And I really don't want to do it. Will someone do it for me? Can I mail someone my Switch 2 and have them Masuda hunt the starters for me? 5 years for picture, renew online every year. Every year you have to renew. That's crazy. Four to 8 years. That's wild. Also here in Pennsylvania, you have to have... oh, we do need a new light goal. Thank you, Dragonic. We might as well get a light goal. Can we get one for... Oh, geez. Let's see if we can get one for 35. Let's not get too ambitious. Let's get a light goal of 35. Here in Pennsylvania, we also have to get a state inspection and an emissions inspection every year. $45 a year, that's too much, Ken. That's a ripoff right there. For the Real ID, I did have to pay $35 for the license renewal plus another $30 for the Real ID, which I think is just a one-time fee of processing the paperwork. So this license was actually $65. Why they had to combine the two, I don't know. Seems kind of like a ripoff to me, but whatever. 8 years for most adults when you turn 21 has to be renewed. That's nuts. I wish I could get my license renewed every 8 years. Fake IDs were all the rage in your day. Were they? Have inspection yearly, then registration, whenever that is. Yeah, we have registration every year, state inspection every year, emissions inspection every year. And the fun part is that the registration and the inspections won't necessarily happen at the same time. All depends on how you basically schedule it. So that's always fun. I have to get my inspection done, I think this month actually. I think my inspection expires next month. I need them to look at my valve stems. It's gotten to the point where once every like 2 to 3 weeks, the light comes on that I have low tire pressure. It's very annoying. Like, it's frequent enough that there's obviously something wrong, but it's infrequent enough that I don't think it's an issue with the tires. Like, it would have to be the slowest. First off, it would have to be the slowest leak ever recorded. And it would have to be the slowest leak ever recorded in all 4 tires. Yeah, don't drive with expired tags. Not a good idea. Yours lines up with the month you got the car. That's good, Anne-Marie. You don't have any of the inspection stuff? Just renew license every year online, then go in once every 5 years for picture? That would be nice. I don't know why. I don't know what people are doing today. I don't even know if it's what people are doing. I don't know what YouTube's doing today. This is just wild. We have not had a stream this slow in a very long time. But I'm just very thankful I got such amazing people here hanging out to talk to with an average view duration of over 12 minutes. Milton Bradley. That's a good second guess. We chilling. You know, I was talking to somebody I think it was last Monday or Tuesday. I was talking about the performance last weekend. we got some great views last weekend. Like about 1,000 views on Saturday, 1,600 on Sunday, and then a whopping 3,200 on Monday, which was a channel record. And I was joking with someone. I said, yeah, because of that, YouTube probably won't push my content for the next month. And it looks like I might have been right. Love talking to you. Love talking with you guys. You guys are always good company. Yeah, Slowpoke's even been here for over 13 minutes. YouTube's real lately. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's kind of frustrating. Like, it would be one thing, right? It would be one thing if we had like thousands of views and like concurrent viewers of like, you know, 5 people. Like, it'd be one thing if like a whole bunch of people were coming in and they just didn't enjoy the content and they were leaving. I mean, that would hurt me a little bit, because then I think, well, obviously something's wrong with me. People don't like me. You know, so that would hurt a little bit. But I mean, that's not what the case is. Like, all modesty aside, I think I do a pretty decent job of getting people to stay here once they show up. But if no one's showing up, there's not really much I can do about that. Shiny Krabby in Pokemon TCG. Congratulations, Kim. That's amazing. Which shiny Heracross will I get, male or female? That's a good question. Let's, you know what, Dragonic? Good shout. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Well, your subscriptions yesterday and didn't even go that far down. There were so many defunct channels. Yeah, that happens. Saw something about YouTube adding restricted mode. Uh-oh. Where they won't recommend videos. Probably because of Shinies. Shinies probably put my channel on a list. You picked yes for positivity. Nice. Thank you, Mewtwo. Yeah, it looks like 100% of you so far are saying yes. The Heracross will be male or female. I hope you're right. Yeah, Nick, stop that. Shouldn't the options be male or female? John. Yes. But I'm feeling silly today. Silly 517. That's what they call me. I do feel like we're seeing more females than males. I don't know if we are or not. It just feels like every time I look up to pay attention, it's a female. Silly 517. Oh, that's a male. Heart or horn? What about you guys? Which one do you guys prefer? I personally prefer the horn. I know a lot of people like the heart. Horn, heart, horn. You prefer the Heracross with the Hefty. That's a good one. Jerry is a horn enjoyer. For Pikachu specifically, you like the heart? That's a good one. Kim likes the horn. Timothy. Yes, the lesser mentioned Hornt. You changed your profile picture. You did. Let me get a better look at that. Oh, nice. Is that like, what is that? Is that like a Pixar version of you? Kind of reminds me of like a Pixar style animation. Watch it be like some famous character that I'm not aware of. An AI version of you from a pic of you? Oh, very cool. Well, you look like you'd fit right in a Pixar animated movie. I remember one time I got on Facebook and I saw this girl that I had known for a long time but I hadn't seen in several years. And I saw her profile picture and I was like, oh, wow, you look great. Good job on, being good looking. It looks like you're doing really well. And of course, I said a little bit less cringy than that. And she wrote back and was like, LOL, Hefty, that's a picture of Reese Witherspoon. Which, I am aware of Reese Witherspoon. However, I had not seen Reese Witherspoon in several years. I had not seen this girl in several years. And I never thought about it. I never realized at the time. But this girl kind of looked like Reese Witherspoon. Like, it was close enough that, in fact, I found out later, it was part of this thing that was like a trend at the time of finding your celebrity look-alike. And hers was Reese. And that's why she had Reese as her profile picture. You're not famous? You're famous to me, Dragonic. I tune in every Saturday and Sunday morning to chat with you, Dragonic. AI does faces just fine. It's the fingers are the danger. I look a little bit like Reese Witherspoon. Thank you, me too. Hey, Cam. If you're still here, do I sound any different on today's stream than I normally do? You haven't noticed. Okay. That's what I thought. Mia, you haven't noticed a difference either? Yeah, Shinies and Razzie were in here saying whatever I did to my microphone, I did a great job because I sound a lot clearer than normal. And I sound a lot better than normal. That whatever I changed on my microphone was a good thing because I sound fantastic. I haven't touched my microphone settings in months. Dragonic, I haven't seen the trailer for Marvel Zombies yet. I do need to sit down and watch that trailer. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. They're making a show out of that. Here's a little fun fact for all of y'all, if you may not know this. Marvel Zombies, which has been a thing since early days of the Ultimate Universe, so maybe like 2003, 2004, first started up in Ultimate Fantastic Four, was originally written and introduced by a guy who would later become pretty well known for zombies, Robert Kirkman. Robert Kirkman wrote the first Marvel Zombies series. Calm, quiet, and grand. My goodness. That's right, Walking Dead. The creator of Walking Dead wrote the first Marvel Zombies series. There might have been a little overlap. It was either a little bit before Walking Dead started or just after Walking Dead started. Shiny Cornholio, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. I was going to say George Romero. Now that is definitely someone associated with zombies. You're right about that. Just getting home from work, my goodness. I'm thinking of Robert Carlyle in 28 Weeks Later. Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Robert Carlyle was also... What was his name? Was it Begbie in Trainspotting? And also Rumpelstiltskin in Once Upon a Time? Yeah, what if with the Marvel Zombie characters? Yeah, I'm assuming, Dragonic, I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I'm assuming that the Marvel Zombies is a spin-off of that. Rumple, yeah. Kim, did you watch Once Upon a Time? The most famous and Father of Zombies, George Romero, starting with The Crazies, based off true events. I didn't know The Crazies was based off of true events. 28 Years Later was good. I haven't seen it. And not barely. I don't remember 28 Weeks Later. I know I watched 28 Weeks Later, but I literally remember zero about it. Trainspotting is your movie? Yeah, it's a good one. I think you lost interest. Same here. I think I made it to like maybe halfway through season 2. And I keep restarting it on Disney Plus, and I keep getting to like partway through season 2 and stop. They need to bring back Cillian Murphy in the 28 series. I like Cillian Murphy a lot. Military train derail in the middle of nowhere it was based on? I didn't know that. I learned so much from y'all. Later movies are your favorite zombie movies, and the comics are really solid too. There's 28 later comics? I didn't know that. Ewan McGregor is natural dialect. That's right. Saw Twisters, and it was a good movie. I still haven't seen that one. Would you recommend it, though, Dragonic? You would? They have a few comics. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. It's hard to do the Obi-Wan voice again when you had to. It's on Amazon Prime. Oh, okay. You don't know if they're still canon because the most recent movie had a few retcons, but most of it should be canon. Interesting. Yeah, I'll look into that. What did I see? No, I feel like I have like a big hole in my memory right now. What did I see with Ewan McGregor in between Trainspotting and Star Wars? He was in something that I watched quite a few times in between like 96 and 99. Me too. It is. It is. I ran to the old Dunkin' this morning before I started getting ready for stream because I'm out of K cups at the moment. No, not Dr. Sleep. Not Dr. Sleep. There's something came out like maybe around like 95, 96, 97, 98, somewhere around there. Because I know I had seen Ewan McGregor in more than just Train Spotting before Star Wars came out. I'm going to have to look it up. It's going to bother me. Give me a second, chat. Velvet Goldmine. That's what it was. Velvet Goldmine. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, he was in an episode of ER too. I didn't know that. And Shallow Grave too. Shallow Grave was another Danny O'Boyle movie before Train Spotting. I didn't like that one as much though. You didn't like The Shining that much? I thought it was good. There's a cat in my front yard. That cat was gonna poop in my bushes. Jumbo Shiny Vulpix, congratulations, Dragonic. That's awesome. Aurora Plays, what's up? Dr. Sleep had better pacing for you, and Rebecca Ferguson's one of your favorite actresses. Nice. Emery, it was gonna poop in my bushes. Did I ask how the day, cat's day was? I did not. I have nice shrubbery in my front lawn. It makes the house look fancy. Cat poop would make it look not as fancy. Lisa can't also can't poop in the bushes, something we have in common. That's right. Both the cat and Jerry can't poop in the bushes. Name it Kirk. It probably was named Kirk. I could see that. So Mewtwo, the rabbit that lives in my backyard, was a complete idiot yesterday. I had to yell at the rabbit. So I'm getting ready for work and I'm going out the door, and the rabbit is like sitting like on the sidewalk to the carport. And so I'm telling him like, "Hey, good morning. I'm going to work now. I'm going to be walking next to you." So, because I like to give the rabbit warning, because then I feel like I'm not scaring it as much. I don't know if that's true, but it makes sense in my head. Like if I announce that I'm coming towards it, like I feel like I've done my part. So I get closer, and the rabbit, of course, runs away, and it runs away and stops right behind my car. So I get in the car, and I'm like, yelling out the door. I'm like, "Hey, I'm getting ready to back up." So I put the car in reverse, and I can see the rabbit like in the the rear view camera as I'm backing up. And I'm backing up like super slow. I'm talking like an inch an hour. I'm backing up, and finally, the rabbit runs back and to the left, back and to the left, back and to the left. So when I reverse to go to work, guess what I have to do? I have to reverse back and to the left. The rabbit kept getting in my way, and it was frustrating because I was like, this rabbit is going to think I'm coming after it. Like this rabbit thinks I'm doing this on purpose, but the rabbit just keeps going where I'm going to go. I was mad at the rabbit. Yeah, on your left, right? Gotta go. Have a good day, all. Slowpoke, you have a grand day as well. We're going to be taking off here in a second too, actually. We're going to take this to 5,100. But thank you all so much for being here. And big thanks to Froki for the 30 months of membership. You're crying at that whole interaction. I try to be very, very kind to the rabbit and hospitable. I don't want it to like be afraid of me. And I think I've done a good job. Like typically, like as long as I'm not like coming like right at it, like the rabbit will let me get within like a foot or two of it, before it, starts to get a little sketched out. So I've made good progress, My goal is that eventually, I don't know how many years it's going to take, but eventually I'll get to the point where the rabbit will let me pet it. But, I'm going on the rabbit's schedule, not my own. But yesterday, like, I know it probably threw me back like a year's worth of interactions because that rabbit just thought I was out to get it. Gina, good morning. Thought we did this one already? Well, we did, Gina, but I gave up on hunting this in Sword and Shield after 5,000 checks. And we ended up getting it in Scarlet and Violet. And John Strucker will not let me forget it. He will not let me forget that I promised months and months and months ago that eventually we'd finish this hunt off. But we got the Malamar at 575 checks. So this is what we decided to do for the rest of the stream. But Gina, this is the last check of the stream. I am glad you got to pop in though. And I hope you had a good night's sleep. Check 5,100. Is it shiny? It is not. I think, John, if it's okay with you, this is going to be up to John Streckert, guys. So you can only thank or blame him based off of what he says. I think tomorrow I would like to start looking for the white striped basculin. Gross Mega Malamar. Mega Malamar is not confirmed yet, Gina. Don't be out here spouting nonsense. Basculin. All right, tomorrow we will start the white stripe basculin hunt. I do need to get 2 shiny white stripe basculins. At least one of them has to be female. Because I need to catch the entire line in Premier Balls. I do have one that I got. God, I don't even know how long ago. How long ago was that, Razzie? Like over a year ago? I remember I freaked out and I celebrated with Razzie. And like that's the only luck I've had for that hunt forever. What about the Hefty Lock? That will be eventually coming back. My thought process, Jerry, and I'll just let everybody know at this point, we're going to put the Hefty Lock on hold for a little bit. I've been missing doing like actual shiny hunting for things I want to hunt for. And there's only, what, 5, if that, maybe 5 weekends until ZA comes out. So I don't think there's any chance of us to finish a Nuzlocke in the next 5 weeks. I just don't see it happening. So I want to spend the time between now and ZA hunting for things. And then after the hype from ZA dies down at like the beginning of November, we'll go back into the Nuzlocke. Hope that's okay with everybody. If it's not, well, I don't care. But anyway, have a great day, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy whatever you do in life. And do me a favor, do something nice for someone today just because it's the right thing to do. And for no other reason. Take care and bye-bye.